Hello, everyone. Hello, people. We are going to end this today. We are going to... This revolution, it's going to go down in history. This is going to be great. We're starting the stream. Able to start streaming an hour early. Heck yeah. Because we have 2 trials left in Turnabout Revolution. And, oh, I need to see about something. Ow. Hit my knee. It is raining right now. Hopefully power doesn't go out. Knocking on wood. Knocking on wood. But since it's on and off raining, it's freaking really humid out. So that's great. When to see? Okay, so yeah, Turnabout time trial is going to have to be for tomorrow's stream. That'll have to be a tomorrow stream. Okay. So much stuff is happening with this case. I'm trying. Hopefully I remember what I should remember. Okay. Let's just get right into it. Talk about some really close shaves. Well, you can't get a closer shave than Headsman's brand blades, that's for sure. The trial's not even over yet, and I'm already exhausted. Still, you were able to fight back the queen herself in there. Well, maybe with Miss Faye's help, I won't have to keep on playing her game much longer. Speaking of which, I guess it's a little late to be asking, but do you think she's well enough to testify, Mr. Wright? She slept all day yesterday out of exhaustion, apparently. But that's all it was, so she should be okay. Barbed head, horned head. Oh, hello, your benevolence. Princess Raifa. You were really impressive in there.
I am the royal priestess Raifa Padma Kurain. And I am prepared to face my father's death.
Despite your mother's opposition, you stood your ground. And in doing so, you fulfilled your duty as the royal priestess. It was all thanks to you and your friends. Your beliefs in me gave me the courage to follow my path. So, you have my gratitude. Oh, don't mention it. I know, I shall thank you with a gift. What would you like? A cow? A horse? Or perhaps I shall reward your efforts with a royal shoulder massage. Oh, that's okay, your benevolence. Your gratitude is more than enough, thanks. I thought you Americans liked massages. My technique was highly praised by my father, I'll have you know. Hey, you, lawyers, where's the accused? Huh? Dirk? That's a good question. That's... Where the heck is Dirk? I blew it big time, AJ. That's... Shut up, you. What's going on? The scoundrel tried to escape with the accused. What? We were able to nab him, but the accused is nowhere to be found. Where are you hiding him, you miscreant? I keep telling you, I got no idea where he went. I mean, yeah, we booked it together, but I lost track of him after that. So Dirk's on the lam now? Probably, but who knows? He vanished in the blink of an eye. Vanished? You wanna know something, AJ? Dirk said to me, I can't put Amara in danger. I have to set her free before it's too late. What? Don't tell me he's gone to rescue her. But that's why I am telling ya. It's why I helped him escape in the first place. Dads, do you realize what you've done? Well, what's done is done. So why'd he choose to go rescue her now? Maybe he didn't want to die with any regrets or something. You know, just in case he ended up in the chopping block. Why, Dirk? I thought you believed in me. Don't be like that, AJ. He'll be back as soon as he's free Amara. You'll see. That's not the point, Dats. Listen, lawyer. Let us know immediately if the accused contacts you. The trial will now resume. See that you are ready. Wait, the trial's still on, even without the defendant. Those are Her Eminence's orders, so you will return to the courtroom at once. Let's go, Apollo. All we can do is see where the next testimony leads. Now then, let's resume the trial at hand. Your Majesty, my client seems to have gone missing. What do you think, Your Eminence? Should we proceed without the accused? Why not? My royal guard is searching for him as we speak. They shall find him soon enough, for they would not dare to keep me waiting. Yes, but what about the law governing court proceedings? And I shall simply revise it. As ruling sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following. Should the accused be an enemy of the crown, they may be tried in absentia. Well, in that case, I guess there's no problem with proceeding. Will the witness, Miss Maya Fey, please approach the stand? Sorry to summon you like this, Maya. Getting dragged out of bed into a court is not exactly a fun wake-up call, Nick. I'm sorry, Miss Fey. It was my idea. And you are? Oh, right. I'm Apollo Justice. It's nice to finally meet you. Well, you never... Wait. Oh, so you're Apollo. Nick's told me all about you. Oh, the music! You're the new guy with the loud voice and a bit of an unreliable streak, right? Unreliable? Well, that was 2 years ago, and you've come a long way since. So why was I called here anyway? Am I under arrest again? No, you're not. Huh? I guess no one's filled her in. Well, she has been asleep this entire time. Miss Fey, this is a trial for Dirk Satamati, and you're here as a witness. What? Dirk's been arrested? But... That's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. Miss Fey, you're suspected of playing the part of the murder of Justice Minister Inga. What? Someone allegedly forced you to channel the minister to obfuscate the time of his murder. At least that is what the defense claims. Wait, what? How could you, Apollo? How'd you even reach that conclusion? Sorry, but it's the only way this whole case makes any sense. Your understandable anger at the defense's side, Your understandable anger at the defense's side, will you testify, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Majesty. I don't have any idea what's going on, but I know I didn't channel Minister Inga. I didn't even have the chance to do something like that. Besides, I never go quietly along with some criminal's plan. Though, I guess there are some things I'd go quietly along with. It seems the witness doesn't believe she has ever channeled Justice Minister Inga. And if her words prove to be true, defense, your entire argument becomes moot. You do understand that, don't you? Yes, of course. It doesn't seem like Miss Faye is lying. Apollo, Maya was being awfully secretive about something just now. And I guess I better dig a bit and try to get her to open up to me first. Oh wait, hold on.
Hold it!
You've been asleep ever since you were rescued from the tomb, correct? Mm-hmm. I was exhausted after being held captive for so long. That must have been terrible. Maya, Minister Inga didn't do anything to you, did he? Oh no, it wasn't like that. On the contrary, I asked him for all sorts of things. Like what? Like, I'm really craving burgers, and I'll die if I miss an episode of The Plum Punisher. Acting like a brat, netted me a TV and even a few burgers from someplace. He was surprisingly nice to me. Huh? Are you sure we're talking about the same guy here? He may have loomed large, but he was like unexpectedly easy to push around. Even though he's the one who's responsible for pushing those execution papers through. Of that, approving execution is simply his preferred method of stress relief. With a wife like her, he was probably really pushing them through out of fear. I'm beginning to see why he wanted to stage a coup. In any case, my time in captivity wasn't so bad, but all of the things that happened... No, I didn't channel Minister Inga.
Hold it!
Are you sure about that? Maybe you just don't remember channeling him. I don't remember? I may be 28, but I'm not senile, you know. Something's not right here. Miss Faye, you were confined to Amara's tomb the whole time, is that correct? Yes, but I wasn't conscious the whole time. Okay, then let me ask you something. Did you ever see Nina in the tomb? Dressed as Dirk? Huh? Is this some kind of joke? I think I'd remember if I saw something as crazy as that. Plus, I doubt anyone could carry out a crime like that right in front of a potential witness. I hate when he's right. You didn't even have the chance to do something like that.
Hold it!
You didn't have a chance to channel him. Does channeling someone take a long time? Not really. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty much instantaneous. But I was all tied up, literally. So there was no way for me to make the channeling Murata with my hands to do it. Right. I guess she really didn't channel Inga then. Maya, when mediums are done with a session, they can send the spirit back to the other world themselves, right? Sure, unless they're still in training, amateurs can get possessed by spirits sometimes, but full-fledged mediums can stay in total control of a session, and they can send the spirit away anytime they want. So I take it you can do that too, Miss Faye. Of course! It's a cinch for a new and improved mystic Maya Faye, a spirit medium. That's strange. You seem like the same old childish Maya to me. I'll show you, childish Nick! Besides, I'd never go quietly along with some criminal's plan. So you wouldn't channel spirits for unseemly purposes. Of course not. Spirit channeling is my bread and butter. And I take a lot of pride in my work. It's like, would you use your legal skills to commit a crime, Apollo? Well, until finger pointing and objection becomes deadly, I don't see how they can be used. Wow, you're a regular Mr. Smarty Pants, just like Nick. Always at the rate with some sarcastic comeback. I think I'll save my many objections for after the trial. Yes, please. Anyway, I'd never go along with something like murder. But I guess there are some things I'd go quietly along with.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're trying to hide something, Miss Faye. Didn't anyone teach you about respecting boundaries, Apollo? It's really rude to pry into a person's private affairs. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize, Wait, we're in a court of law. Yeah, I know. Then what was that all about, me being rude? I'm just doing my job. So please, just tell me, what exactly are you hiding? Sorry, but I promised Dirk I wouldn't say. You made a promise to Dirk. Mm-hmm. A pretty big one. I think this is about all you're getting to get out of her. Yeah. Enough! The witness is denying that she channeled any spirits. Further questions is pointless. It appears your little fiction has been suddenly exposed for what it is. You should listen to her, Apollo. I don't even know why you suspected me in the first place. I mean, you don't have any evidence of me channeling Minister Inga, do you? Oh, evidence, huh? There's no point in even thinking about it, really. I don't use anything special to channel spirits, so there wouldn't be anything left behind. That's true. Just like when she channeled the High Priest, all Maya needs is her own body. If the defense has no evidence to offer, I will have to end this cross-examination. What now? Even if she doesn't use any special items to do the channeling itself. You'd think there would be something to complete the deception. Is there any proof that Justice Minister Inga was channeled? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. You bet there is. Really? Well now. You're bluffing, I take it. I'll be fine. If we're right, then there must be some sort of proof to back us up. Time to do some serious thinking. Apollo Justice. Okay, we know that when Wright saw her father, he wasn't dressed like Miss Faye, right? Right, because if he was, Wright would have immediately known he was being channeled. So that means he was dressed in his usual suit when Rifa saw him. Good thinking, Apollo. This might be the perfect angle to attack from. Alright, let's have an answer from the defense. What proof do you have that Miss Maya Faye channeled Justice Minister Inga? Oh, my... Oh, it had to have been this.
Take that!
Is that the gemstone? We found this among the ashes of one of the tomb's incense burners. Does this gemstone ring any bells, Your Eminence? What? What was that doing in the tomb? Ah, so you do recognize it, but then as his wife, How could you not recognize this gemstone button from your husband's jacket? I don't get where you're going with this. Channeling Minister Inga alone wouldn't be enough to fool someone like Princess Raifa, especially if he were wearing your clothes. So you would have had to change into the minister's clothes before channeling him. Miss Faye, you used the minister's clothes as cover while going from his room to the tomb, where you burned them once you no longer needed them. What? Uh-oh, she seems genuinely surprised by that, Apollo.
Objection!
Miss Faye, yes? Do you know my husband's name? It was, Inga Karkolo Karine, right? That is correct, in parts, but there's more, much more. Inga Karkolo Hakudo, this man, oh my god! Karine the third. Oh! That's his. You're pulling out that he has a. That is his true name. Could it be any longer? Due to its length, only a portion of it was ever made public. So Miss Faye, did you know of his true name? No, I mean, how could I? Precisely. Yeah, a medium must know both the face and true name of the one she seeks to channel. So then, Miss Faye couldn't have channeled Minister Inga. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Why would I want to randomly channel some old guy I didn't know? And didn't like, thanks to that last trial. I can't believe this. Apollo, I really don't think Maya's lying. However, your line of reasoning still seems credible to me. I agree, but there's something trimming us up in the details. Maybe we're working off some wrong assumption again. Apollo? I was thinking... Yes? Since I didn't channel Minister Inga, is it possible that someone else did? Someone else? But who else could it have been? I haven't thought of that far yet. Such chatter is without merit. Let us move on, shall we? I don't care what Garin says. I'm going to figure this out. If it wasn't Miss Faye, the Queen has an alibi, then... Apollo, forget about who is capable of channeling spirits for a second. I should consider the circumstances around the channeling, right? Right. We know Raifa saw her father come running out of his private quarters. If he was being channeled at the time, who could it have been? It had to have been someone who was in Inga's private quarters. I'm waiting, Defense, and you know how much I despise waiting. Yes, but there's someone else besides Miss Faye who could have channeled Minister Inga. There's just one more person, and they were in Inga's private quarters. That person is our only hope now. So the defense believes there was another. Let's have your very serious answer then. Oh. With pleasure. Horned devil, who could have channeled Minister Inga? Oh, it's the freaking Nina.
Take that!
Nina. Your Eminence said yourself. That's right. Nina never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nina. And then there's her benevolence's statement. She said that Nina disappeared right after she entered Minister Inga's private quarters. The room from which Minister Inga himself came running out of not long afterwards. You are not seriously suggesting... It's the only thing that makes sense. Nina channeled Minister Inga and left his private quarters thereafter. That's why no one has seen her since. And why only the minister's shoe prints were found outside his residence? No way! That's got to be it. Nina must have somehow channeled the minister. All of the circumstantial evidence has fallen into place. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't claim Nina isn't connected to this case somehow. In light of this, the defense calls Nina to the stand. Well, Your Eminence? Very well then, let us call Nina to testify. Yes, now we can finally crack this case wide open. Let's adjourn while the witness is summoned. There is no need. Nina's in the waiting lobby. What? Nina's here? I thought she'd gone missing. It seems she was feeling unwell and simply wished to rest undisturbed. But her concern for Raifa brought her here today. She took time off without Raifa's knowledge or consent. I'm betting there's more to her disappearing act than meets the eye, Apollo. Miss Nina, do you understand why you have been summoned here today? Yes, of course. Her Eminence has informed me that this man here suspects I have committed a crime. So this is Nina. That's quite the hairdo. Though I will say... Oh. I suppose I'm not as old as I had thought. If this horned head's nincompoop would take me for a criminal. Nincompoop? Isn't that Raifa's favorite insult? I guess Nina rubbed off on her, what with all the time they spent together. You there, young hornhead. Yes? You're accusing me of slaying Minister Inga and channeling his spirits, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folks are so wonderfully open-minded. Thanks. Just take the compliment, Justice. Now then, will the witness please proceed with her testimony? This court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Minister Inga in his private quarters. I'm no spirit medium, Sonny. I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Karine. After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence Queen Garan is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass Maya Fey. And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nina could channel spirits is a most unamusing jest. On the surface, anyway. But our line of reasoning has led us to this end, that Nina channeled Inga's spirit. Alright, the defense may now question the witness. Okay, since I'm able to get like a good look at you for like a second. Do we have any? Oh, I still have this.
Hold it!
I'll be stock so you had when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest? I had been feeling unwell all day and had to push myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy, and that dirty mongrel only served to worsen my condition. While I sympathize with you, Nina. You took the whole day off without informing Princess Raifa. She was very worried about you, you know. How very kind of her benevolence. She need not to concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I. Except to Raifa, Naina's not just a mere servant. To even think a mere commoner could channel spirits or slay a minister, but hogwash. Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium.
Hold it!
I hear you're the head servant, isn't that right? Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits? Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through the exposure. I think not, for that goes against the very underpinnings of the Kingdom of Crine. To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and rigorous training, but most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It is not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening. So commoners could never become a medium, no matter how hard they tried. That is common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young Hornhead. The members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling.
Hold it!
Okay then, what if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Naina? Like a distant relative or something. I'm from a line of humble fishermen, all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. I've never heard talk of royal blood or noble ancestry. Apollo, if spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter, then even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training. It's as the barbed head once says, it also must be mentioned that this secret art is only taught here in the Kingdom of Crine and your country's Crine village. Why aren't things falling into place like I expected? We ask the witness to continue her testimony.
Hold it!
Queen Amara was the victim of an assassination, right? Yes. Oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul. But she fell in love with a man of dubious origins and was murdered in a terrible blaze. Fate can be so cruel. Except she's actually still alive. Poor Nine is yet another follower unwillingly praying over an empty sarcophagus. Amara, the queen who's been locked away and her existence in the world erased, but the fact that she's still alive shackles Naita to Garen's will. Naita, the only reason you're still standing there by the woman's side is because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right? We need not recount such ancient history. Let's continue with the witness's testimony.
Hold it!
Miss Faye was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him. I know nothing of that.
Objection!
Listen, you horned devil. You were not just insisting that it was Maya Faye who had channeled Minister Inga. My, how quickly you've changed your tune. No, I'm just quick on my feet when new information presents itself. I'm also quick to force my biggest smile when times like these are demanded. It's great that you're following my advice, Apollo, but try not to look so forced while you do so, would you? Naina is right about one thing, though. Only those of the royal bloodline can be spirit mediums in Crine. Common folk like us are out of luck. I guess so. Still, I think I'll finally be close to connecting all the dots once I point one very big thing out. Okay, wait, I think I know. The Queen of Mars passing her eminent. Okay. That's the big thing. We need to point out to everyone that, like, oh no, she's still alive. Because it would have been... this picture.
Objection!
There we go. Okay, so I presented what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction, except I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case. Well, is the defense going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nina's testimony. Go on. She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because, in Quran, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I fail to see the problem in that statement, defense. Hold on, I'm getting to it, Your Majesty. Nina stated an absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive, at the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nina channeling Inga. After all, just after she entered his private quarters, Inga came running out screaming, despite having been killed at 2 p.m. Wait, do we have an update on like how old she is? Nope. That would mean that Nina channeled Inga, even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Wait. Is it too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole? Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you going to propose that what I think you are? Yes, it's a huge risk, but I think there's a chance I can prove it. Will the court please take a look at this photo? That's... This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Garan is the only remaining spirit medium in Quran. Horned devil, you mustn't! Oh, but I must. Understand these circumstances, the outcome of this trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defense please explain who is shown in the photograph? The person in the photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Quran. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. In fact, she's very much alive. What? But that's nonsense! Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon branded on it could only have been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination. Queen Amara is still alive? Has the lawyer gone mad? While I personally find it hard to believe, I will allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense. Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from her would-be killer. Yet according to Dirk, she's actually being held captive somewhere. But the real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Why is the music so calm when we made this, like, blaring discovery? Rather, she walks freely among us. Here, in this very courtroom today. But how? Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The Red Pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. It is the cunning lawyer art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forked tongue.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, prosecutor. Because you'll be quaking in your boots soon enough. Is that so? It's my turn, Narita, to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes. Queen Amara is still very much alive and has been disguised herself as... Oh my god, is it finally time? Holy frick!
Take that!
But that's... Oh! This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. The person who killed Minister Inga. Someone with intimate knowledge of the divination seance. The medium who channeled the minister in order to make the real time of his death. To mask. Condense these traits into one person, you can get a spirit medium of royal blood, and that person is none other than you, Nina. Your true identity is the former Queen Amara and the killer we've been looking for all along. What?
Objection.
Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of heck. Oh my, such frightening allegations. She's so scared. Indeed, and absolutely ludicrous to boot. Remnant's Queen Amara yet lives, and is actually Miss Nina here. You have truly gone off the deep end. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence! If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct? I can deny it no longer. The Lord speaks the truth. Nina, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago. Polkunka! She looks so, oh my god. She's so scared. Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. Nina, no, Amara Sigatara Karine. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened. Oh, dearie me, I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead. Whoa! I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Karine. It is I, Amara Sigatar, Karine, your former queen. Queen Amara! What? Oh! Oh, I wish he was on the floor. The Amara reveal is crazy. And I thought Garen's makeover was extreme. Can it really be true? You are alive and well. It is true. I feel as if I have been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused all of you a great deal of distress. Amara, I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me. It is quite alright, Garen. I am safe now. For Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life will be recaptured soon enough. I need not conceal my identity any longer. Queen Amara! What does this all mean? Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago? I barely escaped the blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on my life. Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister, Garen. But the building of that great tomb, and disguising yourself as a lowly servant, Why would you do such a thing? Garen, I would have you explain. I wished for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. It was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant? She's got that right. Even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. He never even guessed she was living as a servant right in plain sight. I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is quite a humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. But those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Horned Head. You should consider yourself lucky if that's all that ends with. This ends with. If there's something you wish to say, then say it. It doesn't matter who you are, you won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer. What's this? You accuse Queen Amara of homicide! A grand priestess of Karinism! You can't do that! She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people! If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. Be you a priest, saint, queen, or god. I've never met such an egalitarian person. Queen Amara, in your years of disguise as Naina, you would have learned about Minister Inga's disorder, so you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right? What a curious character you are. Would label me a murderer. Me, the one who the people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself. You may be a grand figure in Karinism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me. It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul? Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The Lord knows not what he speaks. Fear not, good majesty, for this is the sacred hall of justice. Though I am grand priestess in this stand, I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence. Compassion overflows your mercifulness. O young lawyer, in my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw. Huh? There's a flaw? Naita. Yes, your mercifulness? Who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Dirk Satamati, Mayafe, and the victim Minister Inga. I see. That is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amara couldn't possibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. What? Why not? Do not keep the defense waiting, Naruto. Explain how wrong he truly is. Yes, your mercifulness. Her Benevolence Princess Raifa saw Minister Inga enter the tomb around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claim the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Well, yeah. Had she tried to exit before you all arrived. Princess Raifa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, defense? Or was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered, defense? No, she wasn't. Now, do you see? Your flimsy claims has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood. Frick. Well, that was entertaining. Prosecutor Sanamati, assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. You wish for me to take over. Yes, prosecute your father to save your mother. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready? Yes, Your Eminence. And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more. Why, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, your mercifulness, your testimony, if you please. Oh my god! Now I shall destroy your utterly absurd and barbarous theory. I was not anywhere near the tomb following the murder. Were your theory correct, I would have been in the tomb once I had stopped channeling. My husband Dirk is the killer, but he has fled from this sacred hall. May the Holy Mother rain judgment upon traitor Dirk Sanamati for his crimes. Of such marvelous testimony, you are truly a treasure, your mercifulness. This too is but by the grace of her holiness. No doubt my unmasking here today was her will as well. Oh my, the Holy Mother, you say? Yes, surely her holiness has guided me to this witness stand. What the? And to the purity of the truth. Oh, how magnificent! Queen Amara, the Holy Mother Messenger here on earth! Praise be for Queen Amara! Blessings upon her mercifulness! Where did those animals even come from? Like freaking Disney princess, like... Now then, the defense may question the witness. But remember, she is a grand priestess, so disrespect that will not be tolerated. That means no pointing out conflicts, inconsistencies, or any other flaws in her testimony. Huh? The animals are still here! What is this Disney frickin'... What was... It's frickin' Disney.
Hold it!
Maybe you were hiding inside the sarcophagus. After all, it does technically belong to you. I bet you'd have no trouble opening it. If I had been in there, I could not be there today, but the tomb has been under constant surveillance since the murder. I would have never been able to leave. I guess not. If I might ask, what's in that sarcophagus anyway? You're still alive, so... There's despair, sadness, hatred, and malice. Only one brave enough to see the truth hidden deep within. Could discover the final hope, my continued corporeality. You completely lost me. In other words, it's empty. But no one dared to open it because they were too scared of the curse. Now will you dispense with your theory? Is it as empty as my sarcophagus?
Hold it!
I'll admit you weren't in the tomb after the murder. Very good, but that very truth refutes your theory. Even if I had channeled Minister Inga and entered the tomb, the moment I ceased channeling him, I would have re-emerged at the crime scene. precisely, as you said your self-defense, Queen Amara was not there after the murder. The only living souls in the tomb at the time were Dirk Satamati and Maya Fey. Be it in this life or the next. There is no escaping such simple truths.
Hold it!
There must be a reason why he had to make his escape today. A reason. Perhaps. Perhaps what? Perhaps to conceal himself and lie and wait for another chance to claim my life. What's this?
Objection!
No, it's definitely not like that, your remorsefulness. First of all, you don't really believe he's trying to kill you, do you? After all, you two ran off together after he rescued you all those years ago. That was only because he had the audacity to claim it wasn't me. You must believe me. It is my duty as a wife to her husband. To bend an ear to him, was it not? Communication after disagreement is the secret to a long and happy marriage. Sure, I guess. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Don't ask me. That is why I listened to Dirk. However, he didn't have a shred of evidence to support his claim. It grieves me to admit it, but my husband truly did try to murder me. That's quite enough. It's abundantly clear that Queen Amara's testimony is flawless. Do you understand now, lawyer? This is bad. The judge isn't going to let me cross-examine her much longer. Amara should have been in the tomb after the minister's murder, but she wasn't. I don't get it. How did she just vanish from the scene of the crime like that? It shouldn't be possible for normal people too. For normal people. Maybe. Maybe what? Your Majesty, I think I can explain why Queen Amara wasn't there in the tomb after the murder. Very well, defense. Do explain. I believe it was accomplished through a method only she is capable of. By using this special method, it would be possible for her to literally disappear. Well, don't keep us waiting. Let's hear it. How did Queen Amara disappear from the tomb? She hid in the sarcophagus. Wait. No! No! I was thinking about it. I was thinking so freaking hard about it. Like, she had to have channeled someone. Oh my god, she's been channeling Dirk. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. I swear to god if that's the case. I swear to god. All she had to do was channel someone, and she could easily disappear from the scene of the crime. After all, she would literally be someone else. Why, I believe that actually makes sense. What do you have to say to that, Queen Amara? No. You believe that I, a Grand Priestess, would use the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit murder. Whoa! What the? Mercy, your mercifulness! What the fudge was that? What the fudge? How dare you spew such vile blasphemy, defense? You will retract your last statement or face immediate execution. No, good Majesty. It is quite all right. Rhinism also teaches that we must respond at all times with reason's principle. Therefore, I shall offer a measured response to his blasphemous accusation. You have something to counter with. Indeed. Now, are you listening? It would not have been possible to simply vanish by means of spirit channeling. After all, it would require a deceased person to channel. However, there's only one murder victim in the tomb. And that was Minister Inga. The only others were there right after his murder were Dirk and Miss Fey. Had I channeled Inga as you allege, well, the outcome would have been quite odd to say the least. For there besides the dead minister, a living, breathing one would have appeared. Even if I had been in the tomb, there was no one to channel except the deceased minister. So you see, I could not have vanished by means of spirit channeling. That's true, but I can't rule it out yet. Because, well, what if there was another victim? Someone we haven't identified yet. How absurd. If you channeled someone other than Minister Inga, you could have used their identity to disappear from the tomb. Another victim? No! No, I swear to God! Queen Amara, please add your last statement to your testimony. This could explain everything. Wasn't there some sign of another victim there in the tomb? And yet, why do I sense I'm not going to like what I'm about to find out? You are not! No! I don't even like it! I don't even like it! I fig- Oh, no. Oh my God! The cruel truth! I just realized that's what it's called! Frick it! Frick this! Oh. Wait, oh my... Oh. Oh.
Objection!
I can't believe I'm presenting this. But it proves that there was another victim. Still, the only ones there at the scene of the crime were... No, it can't be! Would the defense care to share something with us? Queen Amara, you knew, didn't you? Whatever are you talking about? If you won't tell this court, then I will. Well, don't keep us waiting. This case includes a second victim. One of the two people found alive in the tomb after the minister's murder was actually already dead. But a second victim, Apollo. Queen Amara, after you channeled Minister Inga and moved to the tomb, you vanished from the scene of the crime by channeling the other victim. That explains why no one found you after the murder was discovered. Oh, you putrid pepper, of all the half-witted buffoonery to come tumbling from your lips. But suppose I indulge you and play along with your little delusion. I wish I was a little delusional, Naita. I wish I was. But dear God, you are not gonna like this. Tell me, Mr. Justice, who was the other victim? There's no way this could be true. Oh, I don't like the music. No. But no, I can't stop now. If this is the truth, it's the only way forward to solving this case. The other victim who Queen Amara channeled was... Frick this! Frick this! Frick you! Frick everyone here! Oh my God! Frick this! Taking a screenshot of this. Hold on. I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick to my stomach. Listen, son, even if you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live. There's no escaping death now that his sights set on me. Dirk knew everything, but he couldn't bring himself to tell me. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. He couldn't accuse the love of his life. The sad truth is, the other victim channeled by Amara was...
Take that!
You can't! That's not possible! The defendant, Dirk Satamati, is the Queen Amara channeled. He's the other victim! This is insanity! Palkunka! Apollo, where are you? Do you realize what you're proposing?
Objection!
I demand an explanation, Mr. Justice! I don't know when or why Dirk was murdered, but the facts and evidence speaks for themselves. And this is where they've led me. I see. After Inga's murder, Dirk and Maya were the only ones in the tomb. But if the one of them was actually dead and being channeled by Amara, but it can't be, can it? Dirk's bloodstain at the scene of the crime was the clincher for me. He wasn't even injured, so how could he have possibly bled that much? The only logical explanation is Dirk had also been murdered.
Objection!
Oh! Oh, I figured out how he got murdered. That's enough! Your explanation cannot be the truth! And you would not dare to claim to have proof to support your assertion! Naita, I wish it weren't true. I wish with all my heart that I am wrong. But as much as I don't want to believe it, yes, I can prove it. Oh. Dirk's killer must have hidden his body. It would have to be somewhere nobody would ever look. And there is only one such place. You truly have proof. The fastest way would be to actually have someone go check the tomb. Go check the tomb, but why? Because I believe Dirk's killer hid his body here.
Take that!
This sucks! This is dumbest stuff! You would suggest Queen Amara's sarcophagus, the only place in the tomb that no one would dare to look. Plus the killer would soon become trapped by hiding in there. But a body, well, that's a horse of a different color. Which means... I believe we must search the sarcophagus at once. Your Eminence, being that Queen Amara yet lives, I trust we may not open it. If we must. Your Majesty, I believe Detective Sky is still there at the tomb. Let us contact her at once and have her conduct a full investigation into the matter. Now then, Detective Sky, your report if you please. I'll start with my findings. Please, please, please let me be wrong about this. I just want things to be as they were. A search of the sarcophagus revealed a body that appeared to be several days old. Wait, days? What? A body? Detective Sky, tell me it wasn't Dirk. Tell me my whole theory was completely off base. I have a photo of the body. And I have positively identified it as Dirk Salamati. No! Oh my god! Wait, Days? Days old. Oh my freaking god. He has the freaking pendant, right? He has his own pendant. I'm gonna cry. I'm going to freaking sob tears. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm freaking. Oh my god. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so done. Frick this. Frick this. Dirk. Oh! No! Why? Why did this have to happen? Dang it, Dirk! Answer me! How can this be? The traitorous Snake, the very head of the insurgency, murdered. Oh, what a joyous day! Those fools shouting for a change and revolution will finally return to whatever rocks they crawled out from under. You can frick off! Frick off! Frick off! Frick off! Oh my god! Oh my... I'm gonna whack you on the head with that freaking whatever fan thing you have. Who? What was I even fighting for? Apollo? What am I supposed to do now? Son. A lawyer. Should never look the way you do right now. A dragon never yields. Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth. But Dirk, what if the truth is that you're... Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. You believed in me that much, Dirk. Dirk, I think I finally understand. I can't yield. Not now, not ever. Not after Dirk believed in me, despite knowing what was about to happen. Besides, Dirk left me with two things I must do. Are you alright, Apollo? Sorry about that, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine now. Apollo? Detective Sky? Yes? How sure are you that the body's been there for a few days? I'm positive. Not autopsy has been performed yet, but I'd say it's been at least 3 days. Fortunately, the low temperature inside the sarcophagus kept it from decaying. Oh, and the chest area bore the 3 gunshot wounds from a small caliber weapon. Ah, I knew it! Because we couldn't find the other bullets and there was only one of them left. At the scene of the crime. I believe they were the cause of death. At least 3 days, huh? That means Dirk was already dead by the time he came to visit me back in the States. Then who was channeling him? I think it would have to be someone who could gain to and stay in the US without arousing suspicion. Yet also had a solid cover story so they wouldn't be seen as missing. I believe this is who was channeling Dirk when I saw him in the States. Oh my god. Maya, Maya! Maya? Oh, I see. She was being held hostage at the time, so it seemed only natural that she wasn't around. Right, and do you remember what she said earlier? So please, just tell me, what exactly are you hiding? Sorry, but I promised Dirk I wouldn't say. You made a promise to Dirk? Mm-hmm. A pretty big one. Dirk didn't want his own death to be known. The other members of the Defiant Dragons would lose all hope if they found out. And that would snuff out the flames of revolution for good. Miss Faye, Dirk told you to keep quiet about this, didn't he? I guess it's no use hiding it anymore. Yes, I promised him not to tell. Dirk made me promise before he died. So I was right then. Apollo? There's something I need to tell you. It's about, you know, Dirk's final moments. I'm listening, Miss Faye. What happened in his final moments? It was soon after I was kidnapped. Dirk paid me a visit in that tomb where I was being held captive. I'd say it was a few days before Minister Inga's murder. Hey, young lady, time to get you up and out of here. It's that revolutionary guy. I'm here to rescue you. You are? Why? I figured things were a little too quiet when that stamp-sucking scumbag. So I started digging around. That's when I found that you've been abducted. But why would a rebel help me? Let's go before it's too late. It's already is for you, pal. Long time no see, you rebel blowhard. Inga, I know you're up to something and I'm going to find out what. Oh! That's got smart. You become a real thorn in my side, see? So it's time for you to be punished of daisies. Dirk! Did you really think a pea shooter like that could kill a dragon? What the? What, you some kind of freak? Nuts to this? Dirk was shot several times, but he barely even flinched. He sacrificed himself for me. These ropes! I've gotta help you! Relax, it's going to be okay. Sorry things turned out this way, but it doesn't look like I have much longer. No, don't say that! You're a spirit medium, aren't you? When I'm gone, I want you to channel my spirit. So stop it! Don't give up like that! If you do, untying a rope like that will be child's play. No! Please hang in there! You can still make it! Promise me one thing, young lady. It's about my son. Dirk. I was talking about you, Apollo. He said he wanted to see you one last time. So he asked me to return to the US and channel his spirit. He really said that. He also said he'd been meaning to visit you for years, but kept putting it off. And that was his last chance. You just show up here without warning after all this time. What gives? I came all this way to see you, son. Come rejoice. Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here? Dirk, you really did come to the US because you wanted to see me. I guess this means it was Igna that hid Dirk's body in the sarcophagus after Maya left the tomb. Apollo, you can't stop now. Dirk would want you to keep pressing on. I know, Miss Faye, and I won't disappoint him. Defense, if you're ready to proceed, I would first have you answer this. Do you believe the accused's death will impact what we know about this case? Yes, and I believe I can explain everything now. Very well. Your explanation, please. Dirk entered the tomb at 3 p.m. the time the hostage exchange was to take place. Or rather, Dirk, as channeled by Miss Faye, did. Now, by the time he entered the tomb at 3 p.m., Mr. Ingo was already dead. I say that because we know the minister was murdered at 2 p.m. But there was someone else in there. This person was already hiding in the tomb, waiting to channel Dirk in place of Miss Faye.
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it? The fact of the matter is, Queen Amara killed Minister Inga at 2 p.m. She then went to his private quarters and channeled his spirit. The minister, thinking he was going to be late, hurried to the tomb for the hostage exchange. But once in the tomb, Queen Amara stopped channeling Minister Inga and hid herself. Then, when Dirks entered at 3 p.m., she snuck up from behind. and forcefully drove Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body. Drove the spirit out of her body. Impossible.
Objection!
Actually, there is a way to do that, with the Magatama of pardoning, that is. Using one, only anyone could drive a spirit out of a person's body, even if it refuses to leave. Are you telling me that the extra pale brown Magatama in the tomb was... That it was. That's right, Prosecutor Sanamati. And you've seen one in action before. You saw how the glowing red Magatama sent the High Priest back to the Twilight Realm. And now it turned and spent pale brown afterwards. In other words, the brown Magatama found the tomb looks that way because its power had been used up in pushing Dirk's spirit out of Miss Faye's body, right? I probably passed out as soon as Dirk's spirit left my body. I was exhausted after channeling him for so long, after all. After that, Queen Amara must have dressed Miss Faye in her usual outfit and tied her up. Oh, that would explain why Dirk was feeling dizzy all of a sudden. He couldn't remember anything. Because she used the Magatama on him, or the Matama on him. This is so messed up. I'm not sure where she got the outfit, but we can assume she had it all planned out. Then Queen Amara must have changed into Dirk's clothes, smeared blood onto them, picked up the knife, and channeled Dirk's spirit. That's how she made it look like Dirk had committed the crime. And that's how she escaped, right under our noses. I don't know, Apollo. The whole thing still seems a bit far-fetched. Dirk, what was going through your mind while this was unfolding? So ultimately, it was all for naught. Naita? Those dreams of revolution Dirk was always spouting. They placed nothing but false hope in the minds of the people, and in the end, they were simply fantasies. Naita, how can you... Karma has spoken. The dreams of revolution has withered on the vine. Its fate is sealed. The other insurgents will soon wake from their shattered dreams. No, Dirk's dream can't die like this. I'm not going to sit back and let that happen. I can't, and I won't. Naita, don't forget that Dirk's been proven innocent. His name is no longer tainted by the charge of murder. Now the rebels and the sympathizers who have been calling for his release can't be charged with abandoning the accused. So the revolution is far from over. It's only just begun. No, Dirk has not yet been proven innocent. You have merely indicated the possibility of his innocence. What do you mean? Dirk is indeed dead. However, what if it was Dirk who killed Minister Inga while being channeled by Miss Faye? And while the crime could have occurred at 2 p.m., you have yet to substantively prove it. Or do you have conclusive proof that the time of Minister Inga's death was at 2 p.m.? Oh no, I don't, but... It seems further testimony will be required of me. As it would appear that I have fallen under suspicion, I would like to state my case. Prosecutor Sadamati, the rebellion must be snuffed out once and for all. You must prove Dirk Sadamati to be the foul murderer that he was, and every last insurgent and their sympathizers must be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act. As you wish, Your Eminence. Why is Naita doing this? They aren't trying to have him under her thumb anymore. Amara's not a hostage, so what gives? Naita, what's left to chain you? What's left to chain you to her like this? Very well then, Queen Amara, please proceed with your additional testimony. This ain't the end. We still have another freaking trial. Well done, lawyer. You have painted me as a killer with nothing but your silver tongue. However, you have no evidence proving your distasteful theory. Furthermore, Dirk could have committed the crime while being channeled by Miss Fey. Now let us end this charade. For the eternal glory of Crime and its people. Do you understand now, you putrid pepper? There's no point in defending Dirk any longer. It has all been in vain. Let it go and move on, right? Well, not today. Your theories are but a pillar of salt that crumbles at the slightest breeze. But no more. This ends here and now. The defense may proceed with its cross-examination. Oh my god, this hurts my brain!
Hold it!
I admit I don't have any solid evidence yet. But you're the only one who could have committed the crime. What on earth do you mean? Including Miss Fey, there's only 3 spirit mediums in Karine. Furthermore, when the crime scene was first discovered, Queen Garen was with me and Mr. Wright while Miss Fey was tied up in the tomb. That means that the Dirk we saw after the minister's murder could only have been channeled by you, Queen Amara. Insolent lawyer! Forgive us your mercifulness! Really, your majesty?
Objection!
But have you considered the following defense? What if there was an unbeknownst to us, another spirit medium in Karine?
Objection!
Oh, come on! Where are the chances? You lack the evidence to support your claim that Queen Amara is the killer, which is why you have had to use the process of elimination to zero in on her. It therefore stands to reason that you would have to rule out all other possibilities as well. Well, can you eliminate the possibility of another spirit medium defense? Of course I can't. Under the circumstances, Apollo, there are 2 ways to establish Amara's guilt. We either prove she killed Inga, or prove she was in the tomb. Which one can I actually prove? Oh! Oh! I can prove- wait, no, I can prove that she was in the tomb. I can prove that Queen Amara was in the tomb when the murder occurred. It seems you are ever bent on painting me as the killer. Well, if the shoe fits... Very well, let's see some evidence that proves I was at the scene of the crime. So you have some... You do have some, do you not? Frick you!
Objection!
Queen Amara, does this pendant look familiar to you? Why, that is... We found it in the tomb, and it was the minister's blood, and has the minister's blood on it, which means it was probably dropped in the course of the crime.
Objection!
And I fail to see how it is relevant to your argument. That not belong to the accused. That's what I thought too. After all, Dirk had said himself. He said that. Yes, but it was a lie, because I believe he was covering for someone. Covering? How? For who? There is a certain piece of evidence that shows the pendant isn't Dirk's. It's this one.
Take that!
That's a photo of the accused's body, is it not? Yes, it is, and I'd like to call your attention to a certain spot in it. This right here proves that the pendant that was found in the tomb wasn't Dirk's.
Take that!
You will notice an object near Dirk's left arm. It is identical pendant, except it's blue. Oh, now that you mention it. Don't you find that a little strange? Why would he own two of them, but in different colors? Here's what I think. The pendants were meant to go together as a pair. A pair? If the blue pendant was Dirk's, then what about this pink one with Minister Inga's blood on it? Who do you suppose it belongs to?
Objection!
Sorry to disappoint, but no fingerprints were found in the pink pendant. Therefore, we have no way of knowing to whom it belongs.
Objection!
But that's where you're wrong, Prosecutor Sadamari. I'm guessing you didn't know that this pendant is actually a locket. Come again? Now this is where it gets interesting. When we open this locket up, we found a faint fingerprint inside, on the back of the lid to be exact. What? No. So now the question is, to whom does the fingerprint belong? Queen Amara! It belongs to you, doesn't it? It seems I've truly rendered the witness speechless this time around. This cannot be! Mother, tell me it does not belong to you! Nayuta, Think about it, Queen Amara. Dirk must have realized that you were channeling his spirit, and he had probably already figured out who the minister's killer was. And yet, he still claimed that the pink pendant belonged to him. Why would he do such a thing? You really don't know. He was protecting you. Because he loved you. He loved you until his very last breath and beyond. I have one more big secret. I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did. Dirk knew everything, even that he was being used, but he kept quiet, all for your sake. Dirk, why do you always... Well, Queen Amara, Dirk, the one whose love for you never wavered all these years. Are you going to betray him now? Dirk, Oh! This cannot be. I refuse to accept it. Queen Amara, are you ready to confess to your crime? I can deny it no longer. The truth is, it was I, Amara Sigtar Krine, who slew Minister Inga. That's preposterous! Why? There's still one. This is beyond belief. Mother, why would you... Forgive me, Nayuta. I never wished to cause you such sorrow. But I had no choice. It was the only way. The only way. So in the end, Queen Amara and Dirk Satamati, suppose this means that they were unable to reconcile when he was still alive. Reconcile, whatever. I don't think the state of the kingdom or the instance of the past would have allowed that. They were prisoners of their shared history, so to speak. Queen Amara, there's something I need to know. You had staged a near-perfect crime, so why did you bring this pendant into the tomb with you? You should have known it could come back to haunt you. I did not really understand it myself. I had nearly been assassinated by my own husband, yet I could not bear any hatred towards him. I was unable to discard this, or part with it for even a short time. As with Dirk, I have never stopped loving my husband for the past 23 years. Mother. So she really believes it, that Dirk tried to assassinate her. Your Majesty, is it not time to declare Dirk innocent? I would ask that you do this for my beloved, who now dwells in the Twilight Realm. Very well then. Your Eminence, Prosecutor Satamati, if you have no further objections. This cannot be. My mother! I have no objections. Dirk, I did it. I finally did it. I proved your innocence. But... Very well then. Being that Queen Amara yet lives, we can no longer charge the accused with the assassination that never came to fruition. As for the murder of Minister Inga, the truth has been laid bare for all to see. Therefore, I will now pass judgment upon the accused, Dirk Satamati. Your benevolence. I cannot accept this. Is something the matter, your benevolence? Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. What's with her all of a sudden? Is this some sort of lingering affection towards Nina? Raifa. Speak the truth, Queen Amara. Did you really kill my father? Yes, there is no mistake. She has confessed to the crime, thereby clearing the accused of all suspicion. As such, I see no need to continue these proceedings. Barbed Head, you hornhead! Are you going to let this stand? Dirk's been proven innocent, and he's about to be declared not guilty. So something doesn't feel right. Apollo, if you have any doubts, now's the time to raise them. After all, the courtroom is a place for finding the whole truth, but it's all up to you. There are definitely things that don't quite add up. Does this mean that the whole truth hasn't been brought up to light yet? Should I push to continue this trial? Yeah, no, we're continuing, yeah, no. Your Majesty, I have a feeling we haven't discovered the whole truth, and the only way we'll ever find it is to continue this trial. Hornhead! Very well, then. Will the defense please tell us this? What is an important fact about this case that has yet to come to light? Motive? Queen Amara, there's something I still don't understand. What was your motive for killing Justice Minister Inga? That is a fair question, and one that I shall now answer. It was for the future of this kingdom that I slew Inga Karkul Karine. To avert further tragedy, his death was an unfortunate necessity. Further tragedy. Over the past several years, Minister Inga had been rapidly expanding his power. He had established the secret police and was relentless in his pursuit in the insurgents. He even had the overwhelming support of the people, but still he was not satisfied. Hungry for more power, he began to planning a coup d'etat. You mean his plot involving the Founder's Orb, which led to Maya Fey's abduction? Yes, Minister Inga planned to use the orb to gain access to the great spiritual power, after which he would assassinate Garen and usurp the throne. His machinations were reminiscent of that terrible tragedy of 23 years ago, and as one affected by that incident, Amara vowed to never allow a repeat of such events. Yes, and the Holy Mother delivered onto me the perfect opportunity to fulfill my vow. Security amid the courtyard was rather light due to the rite of channeling, and Inga had barricaded himself in the tomb with his hostage away from prying eyes. I knew I would have never again have such a perfect opportunity, so... At 2 p.m. during the rite of channeling, I slipped into the tomb and slew the minister. My bracelet! Apollo? Yep. It seems this trial is far from over. Queen Amara, I believe you're still hiding something. But if you want to keep on playing this game of hide and seek, then let's start with that last statement you made. If I must. Oh, we were just...
Gotcha!
That was quick. Queen Amara. You're not very comfortable talking about the 2 o'clock rite of channeling, are you? I can tell because the finger on your left hand twitched almost imperceptibly when you did. Oh? In that pose you make, is there something about your chest that makes you nervous? Whatever do you mean? The murder occurred at 2 p.m. and I'm pretty positive Amara was in the tomb at the time, so then why is she so self-conscious about her chest when she talks about the rite? The rite of channeling. Didn't Albie snap a picture of it? Queen Amara, I have here a picture of the rite of channeling. It was secretly taken by a certain individual.
Objection!
Such insolence! I vow to have the perpetrator's name at once! Sorry, no can do. You see, I just happened to find it on the ground, so... Do you take me for a fool? How about we discuss the foe's origins a little later, because right now... There's something much more pressing at hand. I believe this foe merits further examination. I just wish there was more to see in it than darkness and more darkness. You might be able to make out a few details to some image adjustments. Let's ask Emma if she can help. Alright, Emma, get the Photoshop. Bailiff, please summon Detective Sky to the Hall of Justice. Here you are. I was able to obtain a much clearer image by raising the brightness. Oh. What's that right there? An injury? No, wait. I think it's a burn scar. Wait. Wait a second. Your Eminence. You don't have a burn scar like that on your chest. What's going on here? person in this photo isn't Queen Garen, then who is it? What? Oh my god.
Take that!
Queen Amara, the person in this photo isn't Queen Garen. It's you posing as her, isn't it? The two of you look quite similar, but that's no surprise considering you're sisters. Even the shape and position of your facial tattoos are almost exactly the same, and you're both capable of channeling spirits. Therefore, it would have been easy for you to impersonate Queen Garen. Queen Amara, you have a burn scar on your chest, don't you? Please remove your round mandala so we can see what's behind it ourselves. Whoa! Look! It's the exact same burn scar as the one in the photo! I don't understand. I knew it! Oh my god! Frick the queen. Queen Garen can... She killed her own... Wait a freaking minute. So the person in this photo really is... Yes, it's Queen Amara. This is absurd. Are you suggesting they switch places? Amara's confession earlier was also false. Mother, what is the meaning of this? Don't you see? This changes everything. We know for a fact that this photo was taken at 2 p.m., the exact time the murder took place. But that would mean Queen Amara couldn't have possibly committed this crime. Exactly. She now has an ironclad alibi, so Mr. Inga's killer couldn't have been Queen Amara. I'm afraid I no longer follow defense. Was it not Queen Amara who channeled the minister and the accused to stage the crime? Yes, that fact has not changed. We have evidence placed her at the scene of the crime. Dirk could have only been there in the tomb if she were channeling him, which means... While Queen Amara did use Spanish channeling to stage the crime, she didn't kill Minister Inga. His real killer is someone else. Palkunka! What's going on here? Was her mercifulness coming for someone? If Queen Amara is not the killer, then who is it? Isn't it obvious? Why was this rite held in the first place if Queen Garen wasn't going to perform it? Who is behind the two sisters switching places, and for what reason? The answer to these questions, along with the establishment of Queen Amara's alibi, obliterates asserting someone else's alibi! Where the frick are you? Where the frick you? Frick you! Why that's... Is this some kind of joke? No, Your Majesty, I can never joke about something so grave. The only one who would seem to have a perfect alibi at the time of the murder was Her Eminence, Garen Sigatar Karine. Queen Amara, did your sister Queen Garen ask you to pose as her and perform the rite of channeling? And didn't she also have you drive Dirk's spirit from Miss Faith's body and then stage the crime to make it look like he was the minister's killer? And at 2 p.m. while you were performing the rite of channeling as Queen Garen, didn't she kill Minister Inga while disguised as Dirk? William Mercifulness? It's no use trying to hide it any longer. You need to tell us the truth now! Mother... Just as Minister Inga's true killer is... What the heck? Mother, no! What the? I really did it. Your Eminence, my life is yours. Isn't he one of Garen's royal guards? Queen Amara! Bailiff, arrest that guardsman! Mother! Garen couldn't have... Could she? What the actual? Someone call an ambulance quickly now! What the actual? What the actual? What the? I'll be right back, real quick. Oh my... I'm very sorry. I have to lay down, or have to walk around for a second. Excuse me? Excuse me. What the actual? What the? Hold on, I'm changing the stream tab. What the actual frick's going on? No, actually... What the actual heck is what is going on? What the... Oh, I knew it wasn't gonna be... it wasn't gonna be easy. I freaking... Like, I saw, like, the... I'm so done. I'm done. I'm so done. Ah, frick, I clicked something else. What the frick did I click? What the actual... Head in hands. Freaking sobbing. What the... What the fuck? We're lucky that the ambulance made it in time. She better be alive. If she's dead. If she's dead after that, I swear to God. But we've been forced into a recess for now while things get straightened out. I can't believe what just happened. Tell me about it. Do you think Garen put that guard up to it? If she did, she's going to regret it. No one gets away with something like that on my watch. Poor Queen Amara. Your benevolence. Any news on her condition? She's undergoing surgery at the hospital as we speak. They're giving her a 50-50 chance of survival, though. No! Oh no, she's gonna die! She's going to... That Garen! Justice will be served! Why did this happen? Justice, we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. What was that about being reunited? Oh, it's nothing. Right. How are you, Horned Head? Dirk Sadamati was your father and all, but in all but blood, after all. Thank you for your concern, your benevolence. But I'm fine. Right now, we still have a trial to see through. So that's what I'm going to stay focused on. Hornhead, you're sturdier than your stature lets on. Just don't overdo it, okay, Apollo? I feel bad for Dirk. That was a real shocker, alright. Can't believe the dragon is dead. That's... Say, AJ, I was wondering, when Dirk disappeared after I freed him, that's because Amara turned back into herself, right? Yeah, I suppose so. But I don't know if it was because Dirk's spirit willed it, or if it was a part of Garen or Amara's plan. Man, our dream of revolution. Now that what are we gonna do? Is this it? Don't give up yet. There's a very good chance that Garen is the real culprit in all of this. And if we can prove her guilt in court... Hey, you're right. That could be just the push we need. The dream lives on. Yes, it does. You know what that means, AJ? The fate of the revolution rests squarely on your shoulders. All in a day's work. Who am I kidding? That's a ton of pressure. But this is what Dirk gave his life for, so I have to do this for him. The Honorable Rebel Dirk Satamati. I would have loved to have spoken with him while he yet lived. Really? But why not? I mean, he seems like a quite interesting man. Did she bump her head? Did she bump her head or something earlier? The trial is about to resume. The defense is to report to the courtroom at once. Already? After what just happened? The first thing Garen will do is respond to that last accusation, so you better stay on your toes, Apollo. I will, Mr. Wright. Ready or not, Garen, here comes justice! Frick you, Queen Garen! Frick you! You do not deserve that title, you do not deserve your spiritual power, you do not deserve any of it for the wrongful doings you have caused. Frick you! Where the frick is Nayuta? Where the frick is the man? Now then, let's resume today's proceedings. Frick this! Frick you! Nayuta, please do freaking last rites on this putrid woman here. Huh? Where's Nayuta? I must offer my apologies, and never imagined a royal guardsman would do such a thing. What? He wasn't acting under your orders. How dare you cast such suspicion upon Your Eminence? He literally stated, I did this for you, your Eminence. Freaking heck. It is quite alright, Your Majesty. Suspicion is only natural under such circumstances. The rest assured that he acted alone, for I knew nothing of his plans. I don't believe that for a second. Now then, Your Majesty, regarding the murder of my husband, Minister Inga, I would like to offer a new possibility. A new possibility, you say? Frick you! Indeed, for during the break, the real killer confessed to me. What? Bailiff, called the witness to the stand. The real killer confessed? What's she got up her sleeve this time? I have a really bad feeling about this. No! No! Oh no. No! No! Break this! No! It is not new. It is not. No, no, no. He's the one who confessed? Prosecutor Satamati, you're the real killer? I questioned him during the recess as I felt that Amar had been covering for someone. So it was that he finally confessed his crime to me. Nayuta, you didn't really do it, did you? Your Eminence speaks the truth. It was I who killed Justice Minister Inga. Nayuta! What the? Boy! Peace! I'm sorry, like every time I hear peace, like peace, just like put up peace signs. Prosecutor Sadamadi, are you absolutely certain about this? A confession of this nature is grave indeed. Yes, I am certain. But I killed him by my own hand. No, you did. No, you did not. No, you did not. Bro. How would you kill him? How? Unless last I checked, most of the guys, like as far as I'm aware, you can't freaking spirit channel. At least they like. At least ain't that common, as far as I'm aware. At last, the real killer has been revealed. I don't think you would have freaking minded. She wouldn't have been shot if it were to come to that freaking conclusion. Frick this. Frick this. Frick you. You told him to say all this. How are we supposed to respond to this? Nayuta, retract your confession, now! Mr. Justice, it is not yet time for your cross-examination. Who cares about that? Admit it! It was Queen Garen who put you up to this! She forced you into giving a confession, didn't she? You are out of line, Mr. Justice. Learn some self-restraint. But... or do you not have something that might prove that I did not commit this murder? That is... What do you think you're doing, you idiot? Truly, the truth can set us free. Looks like Garen got to him somehow. I definitely didn't see this coming. Nayuta, why are you doing this? Why would you sacrifice even your life to do Garen's bidding? Whatever the case may be, Prosecutor Sadamadi, your testimony, please. Frick this! Frick this! I hate this so much. Oh my god. I'm going to freaking kick people's kneecaps. I cannot remain silent while Her Eminence fell under suspicion for this crime. I wonder why. It was I who murdered Justice Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of crime. I consider the divine judgment cast upon the fiends who sought to assassinate our monarch. My mother was simply covering for me. I'm ashamed to let her go so far for my sake. You didn't even know about your mother. You do understand what you're doing, right, Nayuta? You're sentencing yourself to death if you're found guilty. If that is the court's verdict, then so be it. You must obey the law above all else. The law, Nayuta, or the queen?
Objection!
Enough! This blather has nothing to do with the witness's testimony. Please address any issues you have during the cross-examination defense. Oh, I will. I'm going to blow this problematic testimony to smithereens. Frick this! Oh my... Okay. Nope, not that. The truth comes out. You know you did not frickin'... You did no such thing. Oh my god.
Hold it!
You kept quiet all this time, even though you were the real killer. Yes, and I accept that what I have done can never be forgiven. But I never imagined suspicion would fall upon the Queen herself. Prosecutor Sanamati has placed the future of our kingdom above his own life. He's taken responsibility for his crime and has shown his loyalty to Queen and country. Without a monarch on the throne, crime would be plunged into chaos. I would never wish that upon my homeland. That is why I had to let the truth be known. What a bunch of baloney! I'm going to ask you again, Nayuta. Did you really kill Minister Inga? Yes, no matter how many times you ask, Mr. Justice, the truth is immutable. Immutable. Wait, malleable? Where?
Hold it!
It's not too late. You can still retract your confession before the verdict is rendered. There's no retracting the truth. One either tells it or does not tell it. It is that simple. Why do you always have to be so stubborn, Nayuta? I hate how you never listen to reason once you get like this. I think we'll need some evidence before we can get him to retract his confession. Either that, or we have to force a retraction out of him by appealing of what's in his heart. It's not going to be easy either way. Prosecutor Sanamati, what was the motive of your crime? I had reason enough to kill Minister Inga. He had to die for the future of crime.
Hold it!
What do you mean by that? Minister Inga was planning to assassinate Her Eminence in a coup d'etat. I had to nip this evil in the bud, even if it cost me the purity of my soul. So you're saying the death of another is a reasonable price to pay to protect the Queen? Long have we remained the independent under the authority of our spirit medium queens. We command the people's awe and respect with the power of to commune with the dead. Without such a monarch, our kingdom would lose its standing in the world. But if spirit channeling is so important, why did you have Queen Amara perform the rite? I'm afraid my elder sister is quite capricious. She would fulfill her duty only when the dire struck, as sporadic as that was. It was therefore something she did on a whim. There was no meaning behind it. A meaningless whim? It's hard to press a statement like that. Now, if I may return to my testimony.
Hold it!
Divine judgment. Yes, I render judgment upon the minister on behalf of the Holy Mother. Are you saying the Holy Mother guided you? No, Her Holiness would never condone killing in her name, regardless of circumstances. As such, I believe in my defiled soul will be darned to heck. I do not regret what I have done. I willingly sacrifice my soul to protect this kingdom's future. Snap out of it already, Nayuta! So his motive comes from a place of faith, huh? Why does that sound completely credible when it's coming from him? Well, Amara expressed a similar motive. As for her mercifulness, she is truly deserving of her title.
Hold it!
So you killed Minister Inga and Queen Amara staged this crime. Is that how it went? Precisely. My mother is as clever as she is kind. She sought to conceal my crime by taking all of the guilt upon herself. Yet another lie. I need to poke a hole in this testimony, but how? Naita, could it be you? I didn't know Naina's real identity told Amara what to do. You didn't realize that Naina was actually Queen Amara, your own mother. That's not as strange as you might think. Much time has passed since we had last met, after all. Right, 23 years ago, was it? When Dirk saved her life after the supposed assassination attempt. No, Mr. Justice. It was 15 years ago that Dirk abducted my mother. Huh? That's weird. Are you sure about that? I remember it clearly. I was around 10 years old at the time. Naita, please add that last statement to your testimony. I was reunited with my mother, Queen Amara, 15 years ago when Dirk abducted her. Wait. Oh, frick, wait. Oh, frick, wait. Frick.
Objection!
Oh. You're saying that Dirk made up with Queen Amara 15 years ago. But that's strange, because I heard something very different from Dirk. He said that they ran off together 23 years ago. That is impossible. I know for a fact it was 15 years ago. Well, I have evidence that contradicts your statement. How do you explain this photo? Dirk said it was taken 23 years ago. He said that. He did, but if we would take what he just said as fact, then there's something in this photo that doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's the baby! This doesn't make any sense to me, so I suppose I should ask. What does not make any sense in the photo is only 15 years old. The baby! The little baby. Naita, this discrepancy may not be directly related to this case, but I don't think we can simply overlook it either. Dirk said the baby in the photo was you, but that doesn't make any sense if the photo is only 15 years old. After all, you said you were around 10 then, right? He's definitely sweating bullets over there. Over something. Paula, if this baby isn't Naita... Wait, you don't think... Did Queen Amara have another child while she was on the run? What? And just what if that child were being held hostage? Naita, is that why you obey Queen Garen's every command? You presume too much. And that's why Queen Amara was trying to take the rap as well, to protect this other child. Oh my... I know who the other baby is. I know the mystery baby. Mystery babby. A child born 15 years ago. It would have to be someone who's around 14 or 15 years old now. This is just a guess. I believe I know someone who fits the bill. This also explains the strange behavior. This is the child who was born to Dirk and Queen Amara 15 years ago. It was Jersey. Oh my god! All of those strange statements she kept making, now they all make sense. Prosecutor Sadamati, may I ask you something? Of course, Your Benevolence. I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me? From where did you hear such a thing? From Mother, and only yesterday. Wright was carrying on about telling the truth to the people, so I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. I cannot accept this. Is something the matter, your benevolence? Queen Amara is lying. It makes no sense. Queen Amara would not have killed my father. Why did this happen? Just as we were finally reunited. Oh, Queen Amara. Now I see, Nayuta, why you do what you were told. The other child born to Dirk and Queen Amara was Mr. Justice. I believe I know what you're about to say. But I cannot allow you to name an innocent soul as the child of terrible sinners. I thought you might try to stop me. After all, simply revealing this information endangers who you've been trying to protect. I think this should make it clear what I'm talking about. This is the chink in your armor, the reason why you fear your sibling's reputation. Oh, wait. What's this? I forgot. Oh! It's because of this.
Take that!
And that is a file full of information that Dirk collected on what happened 23 years ago. Of particular note right now is what's written here. The sins of the father are visited upon his children. It's deeply held idea that it is why you were expelled from the royal family. Which means it wouldn't bode well for your sibling either if she were revealed to be Dirk's daughter. You became a prosecutor to bring down Queen Garen, but at some point you came to serve the very regiment you despise, and that's because the queen found this chink in your armor. That's how she came to use your sister against you. Nayuta, have you been keeping this secret all this time? Have you been trying to protect me? You were an innocent party to all this, and live only to safeguard the law and serve the country and queen from which it flows. One such as you, who is destined to ascend to the throne, need not fret over one such as I. No, I cannot accept that. What you say it's malarkey. Don't you even care what happens to you? Before country, queen, law, and everyone's future, my personal feelings are of no consequence. That is why I resign myself to my fate. I know I must accept the status quo without any thoughts of change. Spoken like a true prosecutor and patriot. I shall continue to rule Khura'in until the day of Raifa succeeds me, but that is what's best for our kingdom. I know, Your Eminence. Yours is no small sacrifice, but I promise you this, in exchange for your life, the child shall remain safe, and the kingdom shall prosper. That is all I can ask for with my meager existence. Nayuta, is this really the new you? Resign yourself to the will of another and killing any hope you held for the future. No! The Nayuta I knew would never let himself be turned into this. Now, Your Majesty, if you would hand down your verdict.
Objection!
Frick that! No! Objection! I freaking object! Frick you! You can say you're simply accepting your fate, Nayuta, but I know that deep down there's still hope in your heart. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve me. It's the kind of hope that preserves through the most desperate of times, and it's what binds you, me, and Dirk together as a family. I know because this has demonstrated to me that you haven't lost all hope yet. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, this... You never took this. When you interrogated Dirk, You can confiscate all of his possessions as potential evidence. I'll accept this. Did he take your attorney's badge too? No, I thought it was strange, but just when it looked like he was going to take it from me, he changed his mind. So tell me, Naita, why didn't you take this badge? You couldn't bear to take it from him, could you? And I know why. It's because this badge means something special to us. Hey, Dirk, why do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, right? This badge is my heart and soul, son. I never stopped trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Naita, Apollo, I vowed to restore Kharine's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny. You may say you've given up, but that's not how it really is it? You never gave up, and you never will, because you still believe that all of the wrongs will be right someday, don't you? You are very perceptive, Mr. Justice. It may very well be as you may. Why did I not confiscate this badge? Even I did not know until now. Perhaps I was waiting for him to save me. Save you? Yes, save me. Like he did on that day. Naita! Apollo! Hold on, I'm coming! A father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children. Naita, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand? Someday, he would come and free our family from the chains of the past. Perhaps deep down. That is what I believed. I believed in Dirk, our father. Naita, I knew you. However, it is but a dream, and now that dream has died. Murdered along with Dirk. So now as the eldest, the responsibility falls squarely onto me. No matter the cost, I must protect her. Please try to understand, Apollo. Understand why I shall bear all this sin. It is the only way. But
Such insolence!
You have wasted more than enough of my time, lawyer. Do you not see the futility of your desperate floundering, the immutability of his duty? It is time to accept defeat. Oh, like heck nah! Now watch as the hammer of justice comes down upon your dear brother. Your Majesty, the verdict, if you will. Yes, Your Eminence.
Objection!
Wait a second! What do I do? Does the defense wish to raise an objection? There's got to be some way to save Naita. Apollo, it all goes back to that incident 23 years ago. It's branded him the son of a criminal. So if we could once and for all prove that Dirk didn't try to assassinate Amara, right, Naita and Raifa's father would no longer be viewed as a criminal. But I thought there wasn't any evidence left, because it was all destroyed in the fire. And Dirk investigated the matters for years, but never managed to learn anything new. Really? Nothing at all? Could an exceptional lawyer like Dirk try that long and really uncover nothing at all? He had over 2 decades, Apollo. Huh? He's right. I doubt Dirk would have gone to his grave without discovering something new. He must have secretly planted something to topple Garen with somewhere. Do we have evidence? Mother fricker. What in the world did you leave behind, Dirk? Take another look at the evidence. We just might find what we need to break out of this situation in there. Got it. The defense is done stalling for time. I shall now render my verdict. No, wait! About the assassination attempt 23 years ago. The defense has some new information it would like to share. You do? Well, we had intentions to deliberate that case in the course of this trial. Dirk, did you leave something behind for me? Is there some connection I'm missing here? Very well then. What is the source of your new information about the case from 23 years ago? Okay, let's look. No. Wait. This man was there when the fire happened. Oh my god, it's the first freaking thing! You searched so this man drove just my freaking yacht.
Take that!
A photograph. It is. God. Yes, do you recall the traveling musician who died in that fire 23 years ago? How could anyone forget such a painful chapter in our history? The poor fellow was caught up in the blaze that was meant for Queen Amara. He never knew his identity, though, as his belongings were burnt to ashes. Well, about that, the truth is, he was my biological father. Oh. What? Why, of course, with his photo and her benevolence. Exactly, we might be able to prove Dirk completely innocent, and that would free her from the infamy of having criminal blood in her veins. Because here in Karine, we can witness the final memories of the dead. Oh my god, we're gonna... What utter nonsense! Please, Raifa, please. There was no evidence left in the wake of that blaze! That's what you think, but Dirk went to the ends of the earth to bring this little souvenir back for us. He did. Yep, and boy is it the best piece of evidence ever. He knew that with it, we'd finally be able to conclusively settle the matter here in court and save his children. Your Majesty, the defense requests that we hold a divination seance for this new victim.
Objection!
What a waste of time! The events of 23 years ago past have already been deliberated at length.
Objection!
But wasn't Dirk on trial for that incident as well today? So we wouldn't be doing our jobs if we failed to look into this new lead, would we? As the presiding judge, I will now share my thoughts on the matter. The attempted assassination of Queen Amara in a case we can ill afford to leave open. And I believe that the final memories of the victim will prove to be very important. I thought we were going to freaking channel him or something, but that would have been really weird. Okay, hold on. Therefore, it is the opinion of this court that we should conduct another divination seance. Why, your benevolence? If you knew the full name of the victim seen in this photo, you'd be able to perform a divination seance, right? Of course, leave it to me. Thank you. My father's full name is Jove Justice. All right. Now, your benevolence, please commence the divination seance when you are ready.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
The spirit of the victim has granted us a window into his final moments. It would appear the divination seance was a success. So those were my father's final moments. That baby we saw must have been you, Apollo. I will now decipher the experience of the deceased. Are you ready, Hornhead? Yes, please proceed. Very well. Here are my interpretations of the facts as gleaned from the seance vision. Someone attempted to assassinate Queen Amara by setting her residence ablaze. Hornhead's father happened to stop by and was knocked out by the assassin. Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. That is how he was determined to be the assassin. Hornhead's father tried to save his son, but sadly he perished in the attempt. That is everything the deceased experienced in his final moments. My father's final memories. They're right here for everyone to see, but can any of them unlock the truth behind what happened 23 years ago? Wait, who was that? Okay, that's Queen Amara right there. She's already passed out. Look at the little baby. I'm sorry, like this freaking Apollo baby. Holy I'm sorry, ah, little baby. Their fingerprints were discovered on the lighter found at the scene of the crime. Okay, we need to like prove that it wasn't him, right? Oh, wait. Whose hand? Whose hand? Oi!
Objection!
Oi! Whose hand's that? Dirk's fingerprints were discovered on the lighter that was found at the crime scene. However, it's a blurry hand. The hand holding the lighter in science vision appears to be gloved. I believe you are right. What could this mean? It calls into question whether the hand in the vision really was Dirk's. If only we can make out the details a little better. Very well, I will attempt to focus a bit more on what the deceased saw. Perhaps that will help refine the science vision. It does seem that there is a glove on that hand. Still, what significance could that have? It means that Dirk's fingerprints got on the lighter at some other time. Somebody could have even put them there after the fire.
Objection!
All you have is pure speculation, while the fact remains that there are his fingerprints. Therefore, it stands to reason that Dirk was the one who used the lighter.
Objection!
It just means I have to prove that the figure in the vision is someone else, using the information in my father's final memories. Either way, it seems that I must revise my insights. But if someone had to put his prints in the lighter after the fact, then we know who it belongs. Okay, she's updated her insights. Time to go over them and see if there are any new inconsistencies to be found. The wrists. Wait, who had... Wait, hold on. Who? Okay. When did he become Justice Minister? Because you were Justice Minister and they... Oh my... Play. Oh, okay.
Objection!
Okay, yeah, the freaking wrist. Wait, then this means that the real culprit is... The figure in this vision is clearly not Dirk. The distinctive band around their wrist gives their true identity away. That design, it can't be. This will prove just whose hand was captured in the science vision. photo! So you do believe the culprit to be... Just as Minister Inga had cuffs with the exact same pattern on them. You're referring to the cuffs of justice, correct? Yes, I heard they're a judicial part of Ukraine's justice minister's attire. But what does this tell us? It tells us that the figure in the vision is none other than Ukraine's late Minister of Justice, Igna Karine. No, not my father! So he plotted the assassination of the former queen as well as the current one. Just as Minister Inga, so then Dark's innocence of both charges, the Defiant Dragons, they've been all right all along. Nayuta? What you've proposed is not possible, Apollo. For back then, Inga Karine was not the Minister of Justice. What? The Justice Minister 23 years ago was... You, Queen Garan! What? Oh right, she served as the Minister of Justice before succeeding the throne. Guess she also prosecuted the assassination attempt 23 years ago as one. So then, the figure in this vision is actually... Your Eminence, it's you, isn't it? This is madness. Why would Her Eminence do such a thing? Because she would ascend to the throne. She wanted to usurp the throne from her sister Amara. That's why she tried to assassinate her. Oh. I find all this very hard to swallow. Your Eminence, are you the one responsible for tearing my family apart? And it was you who killed my father. Well, Your Eminence, I'm asking you a question.
Such insolence!
Peasants, always carrying on about things of no import. You do not deny it then. You concealed the truth and used me for your own design. Oh, Nayuta, spare me your feeble-minded line of questioning. Even if Dark were ever cleared of all charges, it shall be still I who decides Raitha's fate. You do wish for her to be queen someday, do you not? Remember, a child lives only by my good graces. Now kneel before me and fulfill your end of the bargain by offering me your head! Your Eminence, I am done heeding your commands. Even as you used my sister against me, I still believed you. I believed that protecting your secrets was in the best interest of this kingdom. But you have deceived me all the while! Nayuta! Nayuta, you dare defy me! Your Eminence, I can turn the other cheek no more. Therefore, I hereby retract my confession in the murder of Justice Minister Inga! Retract, you say? Dirk, the final piece of evidence you left behind, has released Nayuta from his suffering, and now he's finally free. In all this time, not once did I reflect on my own conduct, for I had believed it was all fate. Lost in my own sense of resignation, I was unable to wake from my despair. But you, Apollo, have awakened me with your demonstration of our father's creed.
A dragon never yields.
Let's freaking go! Let's freaking go! Oh my god, this is a freaking powerful. Let me take a screenshot for God's sake. I will carry on Dirk's legacy and fulfill his dream. Hear me, Garen. I will cast you down from your bloody throne. Long live the revolution! Insolent fool! Now even you prattle on about revolution! Would you look at that? Well, Apollo, it seems we're finally making some headway down the road that Dirk carved out for us. Yeah. Now if we could just prove Garen's guilt, we could continue on down that road towards the revolution Dirk dreamed of. Your Eminence, you have been accused of the crime committed 23 years ago. Would you like to say anything in your defense? Not so fast, Your Majesty. For the cuffs could have been stolen and used without my knowledge. So you see, they can hardly be considered proof of anything. Why, I believe you're right. But we know she's guilty. Well, lawyer, is there any other evidence you would have me refute? Unfortunately, this photo was the last piece of evidence Dirk left for me. So as far as evidence goes, I've got nothing else regarding that case from the past. However, now that Prosecutor Satamati has retracted his confession, we'll have to deliberate the current case from scratch. Yes, the defense speaks the truth. Even though it is clear who the guilty party is. Queen Garen! The defense accuses you of the murder of Justice Minister Inga Kurokuro-Kurine! But do you have any evidence, defense? Evidence that will prove Garen was the killer. There's still one more avenue for us to explore, Mr. Justice. There is. Minister Inga's final memories. In them, the minister killer is posed as Dirk. Therefore, one must ask, how did the killer dispose of their disguise? Hey, you're right! A lot of blood would have splattered onto the killer. So the blood-soaked clothes would have been dealt with somehow. If they're still around somewhere, then... Objection! I was wondering what absurd idea you could concoct next. Clothing can be disposed of almost anywhere. I doubt you could find them now. Objection! Then you don't know us very well. Your benevolence. Yes? On the day of your father's murder, you had been watching the courtyard from 2 p.m. Now, during that time, you saw Queen Garen, did you not? Yes, I did. I saw my mother entering the palace from the courtyard. I was told not to mention it because it had nothing to do with my father's murder. Raifa! You would not dare! When the queen headed to the palace, did you have Dirk's clothes in her possession? Did she have Dirk's clothes in her possession? No, she did not. So maybe she disposed of them somewhere in the courtyard. Objection! The police did thorough sweep of the area following the crime, but they did not find anything resembling of Dirk's clothes. But you knew that already, didn't you, prosecutor? Yes, I admit no clothing was found. So you admit that you were merely speculating, chasing phantoms and illusions of evidence that never existed. This makes no sense. Clothing doesn't just disappear like that. If Garen wasn't carrying any clothes, she must have gotten rid of them somewhere. Somewhere where she thought they'd never be found. Where they'd never be found, huh? Are we going back to the freaking sarcophagus again? I believe Dirk's clothes were hidden here. Oh my god. Where? Oh my. We're going back to the freaking tomb.
Take that!
The tomb? I believe the clothing was hidden there. Yes, it's the only place it can be. Very well. Where in the tomb do you believe the clothes were hidden?
Take that!
Of course, that makes perfect sense. The clothes weren't simply hidden, they were returned to where they belonged. And by that, you mean the killer would have had to get Dirk's clothes from somewhere. Luckily, they were right there. Yes, of course. At the time of the minister's murder, Dirk's body was already in the sarcophagus, so the killer could have simply borrowed his clothes. Right before the minister entered the tomb, the killer pawned Dirk's clothes, and then hid behind the curtain above the sarcophagus. And after the minister was killed, Dirk's clothes were returned to his body.
Objection!
So what? This is still all speculation. We know not whether those clothes were actually used in the murder. Therefore, you cannot prove that they were somehow connected to this case.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong, but I believe you already knew that. These clothes were definitely used during the minister's murder because of this. Oh, the blood.
Take that!
The bloodstains on Dirk's chest are no doubt the result of being shot by the minister. However, that doesn't explain everything. There is still some blood splatter extending from his left elbow to his abdominal area. I believe this blood splatter came from... Oh my god.
Take that!
If the killer wore these clothes during the murder, then the blood splatter must have come from Minister Inga. I had thought it was all Dirk's, but that makes sense. Only one way to be sure, though. Let's get the stains analyzed right away. Indeed, this may be the conclusive evidence we need to prove the Queen's guilt.
Objection!
We cannot prove it without... It was I who hid those clothes! They could very well have been hidden by a third party! But could they really? I'd say the possibility of someone other than Garen hiding the clothes. It does not exist. No, it's just not possible. Your Eminence, I recall you saying the following. The key to Amara's sarcophagus is under protection by the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. That was your own testimony, word for word. Why, you insolent! Admit it. Only you could have hidden Dirk's clothes after they were used in the murder. And that means you were the one who killed Justice Minister Inga. Insignificant worm! You dare accuse me, the ruler of Khura'in! Do not think for one moment that such impudence
Objection!
will... I'm afraid such arguments are invalid here in the Sacred Hall, Your Eminence, because even monarchs aren't above the law. It's the end of the line for you, Queen Garen. Time to come down from that lofty throne and face justice! Oh! Me? Face justice? Surely you jest. You are in no position to force my hand, lawyer. Oh? Surely you haven't forgotten about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In short, should I be convinced of murdering my husband, your dear brother, who delivered false testimony in my defense, shall also be found guilty. What? That can't be! Can it? By delivering false testimony in the course of protecting a guilty party, he would certainly be judged by this court as having supported a criminal. An Offense Culpability Act would most definitely come into play. But that law is so broad that anyone could be convicted under it. When it comes to the DC Act, even I am conflicted, and yet it is as it currently stands. It is the law of the land, and as you said earlier, no one is above the law. Of all the absurd things I've seen, this law really takes the cake. Now what? What can we even do at this point? You need not look for forlorn. Dirk has been cleared of all charges, so let us leave all thoughts to the real killer and Revolution, the past where it belongs. She wants us to just let her off scot-free, and yet I don't see any other choice. You cannot yield to her here, Apollo. If it will move the Revolution forward, I will gladly face the DC Act. Now do it! Accuse Queen Garen of the crime she has committed! But...
Such insolence!
What you speak of is not revolution. Our kingdom will not function without its sovereign. And Rafa cannot ascend to the throne, for she is yet incapable of channeling spirits. Thus to accuse me is to wish destruction upon our fair kingdom, you terrorist! Terrorist? If you would still insist on accusing me, and as ruling sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following. All who impair the crown, no matter the reason, shall be subjected to immediate execution upon the Queen's orders. What? Immediate execution? Do you still not comprehend? Then let me be clear, for the sake of this kingdom's future, and in accordance with the laws of Khura'in, I command that you be put to death at once! What the? What the? Oh my god. Isn't this going a bit too far? Why is the Garen Royal Guard? They were on standby in case of an attack by foolishly optimistic terrorists. Now, if you would continue to oppose me, the very embodiment of the law, then under my regal authority, you shall all be put to death!
Objection!
Oh, come on! This is insane! Even for you! You can't possibly get away with something like this. This is a core of law. You can't just order our execution without due process. Now look, Apollo, the truth and due process are certainly important, but so is your life, so think before you speak again. But... oh my god, there's this... Please, Apollo, do not make this any worse than it already is. I cannot lose you to the Twilight Realm too. What am I supposed to do? How do I win against an opponent that can rewrite the law as she sees fit? How can I ever bring her to justice? Is this really how it all ends? It is your life at your accusation, lawyer. You cannot hope for both. It is time to cease this insanity. What do I do? Should I accuse Queen Garen? Oh, heck nah. Oh no, we are not doing this. Nah, frick this. I know what I have to do. Mr. Wright, you know that saying you're constantly reminding me of Athena of. The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You never failed to surprise me, Apollo. And Nayuta, you know that creed we've known ever since we were kids. A dragon never yields. Apollo. They're not merely words, they're what's carried us this far. So now, it's time to honor these words and the memories of the ones who gave them to us. I couldn't agree with you more, Apollo. Those words are more important to me than you know, and if there's any time to remember them, it's now. It would seem, Apollo, that not one, but two auspicious creatures dwell deep within you. A fierce dragon and a virtuous phoenix that shall scatter the clouds hiding the heavens. I shall join you in your death-defying bluff. I think I finally understand what those words really mean, and the resolve they embody. Are you smiling, even in the face of certain doom? Is there no end to your defiance? Unfortunately for you, no. I won't let fear, or even the law, force me to abandon the pursuit of truth. Because there's another saying in my country, the truth will set you free. Indeed, that is precisely what Dirk sought to do throughout this trial. He wished for us to break free from a certain despicable spiders immobilizing silk thread. We won't be mediated by unjust laws or given to fear. Abandoning the truth like that is just not part of my playbook. There's only one path for us. Revolution. The time to make Dirk's dream a reality is upon us. Your Eminence, if you are the law here in Karine, then your very existence is wrong. Does your desperate bleating know no end? I know it's a bit late to ask, but what's the plan? Well, if Garen is going to execute us on the spot under the Defense Culpability Act, and the law itself derives its power from the authority of the Crown, then there's only one thing to do. We dethrone her, right here, right now. Alright, but how? It's not like we have a lot of time to come up with a way to do it either. I doubt she'll allow you to perform another cross-examination while we think. Don't worry, I'll come up with something. We'll be fine. We can't give up. Not now. We have to keep on fighting to the end. We can't allow these broken trials to go on. It's time to make things right. We back here! If I accuse Garen, Naruto will be subjected to the Defense Culpability Act, which means he will be put to death in accordance with the law. So the only way out of this is to dethrone Garen right now. Could this be the key to dethrone Garen? Oh, wait. If the Founder's Orb is the key to a revolution... Oh yeah, because she wants it back. Dirk was convinced that the orb is the key to the revolution in Karine's future. In light of Garen's obsession with the orb, it makes a large amount of sense. She probably doesn't want anyone using it to gain spiritual powers and rights to the throne. Inga definitely tried to do just that, but that's where it starts to fall apart. Inga couldn't have channeled the Founder even after abducting Miss Faye after all. Only the Queen could change the spirits. The Founder never existed. He didn't know the Founder's name. The name of the Founder is only known to those who become Queen. That means only people who currently know her name are Garen and Amara. So even if someone else had the orb, they wouldn't be able to channel the Founder. So that begs the question, why is Garen so fixated on the orb? Okay, let's not overthink this. Garen is obsessed with the orb because... wants to clear her name, she can't channel spirits. It's a national treasure. Oh, wait. Garen wants spiritual power. Could it be? It's hard to believe, but... if she wants spiritual power, does that mean Garen can't channel spirits? That would explain why she had Amara perform the rite of channeling. Is that why she let Amara live, to stand in her when the time came to channel spirits? So if Garen can't channel spirits, she would have no claim to the throne. has no claim to the throne. Garen's Defense Capability Act is established under the Crown's authority, but if she has no claim to the throne, then the DC Act would become null and void. No, not just the DC Act. All of the insane laws she enacted would be swept away in one fell swoop. Frick this! Frick you! You claim the authority of the Crown. You, of all people. That's a good one. Have you truly lusted, lawyer? Indeed, I would have the defense explain himself at once. It's easy, Your Majesty. Why is Queen Garen so obsessed with the Founder's Orb? Why did she let Queen Amara live? Why was she having her mercifulness perform the rite channeling in her place? The answers to these three questions point to a single conclusion. A fact that will shake this kingdom to its very core. I still do not follow, Apollo. Your Eminence, I have just one question for you, and please be honest. You can't actually channel spirits, can you? What? You believe the Queen is not capable of communing with the dead? The defense will explain himself at once. In Khura'in, the ability to channel spirits is an absolute requirement for a would-be queen. But Your Eminence, if you were incapable of doing that, then you'd have no claim to the throne. Not only that, but every law you pass would be rendered null and void. And you, the Garen Royal Guard, you seem to be rather annoyed by the Queen's supposed spiritual power. But what if she had none? What if she were just an ordinary person, a pretender to the throne? That's crazy talk! Impossible! Everyone knows the only spirit male can be queen! Such blasphemy! On what grounds do you make such a defamatory claim? Queen Garen, if you think I'm just out to defame you, then prove it! Prove it using this piece of evidence you want so badly!
Take that!
All of the conditions for summoning the Founder should be in place. With the orb, we know that the Founder what the Founder looks like. And as Queen, you should know the Founder's name. Now, if you would, Your Eminence, please show us the great spiritual power you bear as Grand Priestess in Khura'in. Oh, to witness Her Eminence's great power with our own eyes! The Holy Mother will appear before us! Oh, great miracle of miracles! Praise be, Your Eminence! May my spiritual power show us the way! Enough! Enough, I say, you mindless cretins! Your Eminence, can it be that you cannot? No, I want a lawyer! Summon one at once!
Objection!
Aren't you forgetting something? There aren't any lawyers left in Khura'in. You can thank your Defense Capability Act for that. Your Eminence, please give us a glimpse of your magnificent spiritual power. Summon Her Holiness so she may guide us. I've heard enough from you. Out of my sight, all of you! If you truly are capable of channeling spirits, then get on with it already, Your Eminence. You sneaky, underhanded wretched of a lawyer! That reminds me, you said something to this effect earlier. It's time to cease this insanity. Don't you feel stupid for saying that now? Indeed, of all the things she has said, I can think of nothing more ludicrous. Apollo, teach this deceitful, putrid queen a lesson she won't soon forget. Gladly, because it really is time to cease this insanity. Garen! Your reign of terror ends here! Very well. Demonstrating my facility as spirit medium is simple enough. Behold the magnificent power to commute with the dead! Her Eminence! O great spirit of the founder who dwells within the Twilight Realm, heed the secret covenants of the orb, and appear before us! Here it comes! What's wrong? Are you not feeling well? Oh, Spirit Founder, grace us with your presence times now. I beseech you, appear before us. Heed my call. Founder, please. No, wait. I was just warming up. The rite actually starts from now. Look! What is she saying? Holy Mother. Prosecutor Sadamadi, how is Her Eminence? It seems she now believes that she herself is the Holy Mother. I see, but her attempts at spirit channeling failed, did it not? Sadly, she seems unable to accept the facts. I fear it will be quite a challenge to question her later. And what, if I may ask, was her motive? I understand that she killed Minister Inga in order to prevent his coup d'etat. What of her attempts to assassinate Queen Amara 23 years ago? To become queen herself, maybe she just craved power and attention. She has likely developed a psychological complex from her inability to channel spirits. That is why she kept Queen Amara alive to reform the rites of channeling for her. In that way, it would seem as if she had great spiritual power. In short, she built a cult of personality upon her fears and lies. Then again, do not all tyrants. So then she never really intended to kill Amara, huh? What I don't understand is why Queen Amara even listened to Garen in the first place, especially 14 years ago, before Raifa was being held hostage. Why would she keep letting the people of Khura'in think she was dead? But she kept quietly performing the rite of channeling for Garen. My mother is a gentle soul by nature and loves her sister dearly, so when Garen told her to hide because Dirk was out to kill her, she believed it. What's more, she did not wish to tarnish the name of her beloved sister. That's why she questioned so obediently to Garen's request to keep channeling for her, until she fled with Dirk and was told the truth, that is. So that's what happened. And since Rayfus is still being held captive, I imagine Amara had no choice but to help cover up the truth behind Inga's murder. Yeah, living secretly as Rayfus' servant Nina. No doubt only depending on her love for her daughter, she'd do anything to keep her safe. All the more reason to hide the painful truth from her. Well, that was the case for the ages. Prosecutor Sadamadi has been cleared of all suspicion in the murder of Minister Inga. As for Mr. Dirk Sadamadi, in the assassination attempt of Queen Amara. Now then, I think it is high time I handed down my verdict to Dirk and Nayuta Sadamadi. Not guilty! Dirk, I hope you're watching. I proved your innocence. Now it's just smiling again. And that revolution you've always dreamed of is finally happening. With this, may I finally say, this court is adjourned. Way to go, Apollo! I was on the edge of my seat when those guards stormed the courtroom. That was a shocker, all right. Can't imagine anything like that happening back home. I know, right? I was ready to go down there and teach them a lesson myself. Really? I was barely able to hold her back. Hold me back? You were about to go ballistic after a while there, Athena. Yeah, well, I was thinking about helping you smack a few of them down, to be honest. Remind me to never say or do anything to deserve a Maya Athena double suplex. You did a fine job out there today, Apollo. Thanks for all the great advice, Mr. Wright. Now, it was all you. But that perseverance and never say die attitude you show us was impressive. I actually learned a thing or two myself. What? From me? That's a laugh. There were any number of times where I wouldn't have blamed you for giving up. But you stuck it out to the end and came away triumphant. By sheer force of will, and inner strength forged in countless trials, you overcame the most desperate and hopeless situation I've ever seen. I don't know about all that. I mean it. You've really come a long way, Apollo. I have nothing but respect for your abilities as an attorney. Really? Aren't you exaggerating just a little bit, Mr. Wright? You did it, Apollo! You finally won his seal of approval! But what about me, Nick? My channeling's come a long way too. After all, I was deemed worthy enough to be used in 2 major crimes already. Yeah, and 2 major chances for me to become someone for you to channel next. Honestly, I couldn't have done this without the support of each and every person here. Miss Wright, Athena, Nayuta, and of course, Dirk. That was pretty cool, Polly! Oh my god! Oh my god! Why are you here? Trucy? Trucy, what are you doing here? It's magic! I'm afraid she employed the old let's throw in Mr. Edgeworth's suitcase trick. Why the... What? Though it certainly explains why my suitcase was so heavy. Tell me you at least noticed that it was heavier than usual. Trucy? Do you even have a passport? My magic panties are in extra-dimensional space. It's like a mini-universe in there. I could produce a passport at the drop of my hat. Right. Maybe some things in this world are better left a mystery. Yeah. Hornhead, Barbed Head. I'm forever in your debt for what you've accomplished in this Hall of Justice. Without your presence, I may have never changed as I have to this day. It's pathetic, I know. That's where you're wrong, your benevolence. It was you who changed yourself. Only you could choose to defy Garan, and that decision was yours and yours alone. That's right. All we did was present you with an opportunity, and you made use of it with gusto. This victory is yours, your benevolence. You should be proud of yourself. I see. So, I am worthy of my title after all. I shall work to heal our kingdom so that it may know peace and prosperity once more. She sure bounced back quick. So, your benevolence, I take it you learned the truth of your origins. That you were the daughter of Dirk and Queen Amara. Yes, my mother, Her Eminence told me. She said it was a part of my disciplining. If you can call it that. That sounds more like blackmail. Keep quiet, I'll tell everyone you're the daughter of a criminal. My mother was so insufferable. Or should I say, my former mother. Sounds like there is no love lost there. If you clear Dirk's name, my true father will no longer be known as a criminal. Therefore, I have nothing more to fear. So what's next for the Kingdom of Karine? I mean, you lost your queen, so... Her benevolence, Princess Raifa will ascend the throne. Naita, but she can't channel spirits yet, right? Indeed, which is why I will act as a regent on her behalf. Until the day she comes into her own. Yes, your help will be greatly appreciated, Prosecutor Saad. Bruh. Is she going to say what I think she is? What are you looking at, you hornhead nincompoop? Youch! In any event, I will be assisted by Nayuta and Queen Amara for the time being. Queen Amara? Our country offers console to the rulers of neighboring kingdoms through channeling. It is a duty I intend to fulfill myself one day, but for now I will have Queen Amara assist me in that capacity. So then, she's going to be alright. Yes, it seems the bullet went straight through her without doing any serious damage. That's a relief. You did it, AJ! Thanks to you, both Dirk and Nayuta beat the charges against them. And you got the revolution rolling to boot. The revolution? Dirk. I guess you were right to believe in me after all. Yes, sir, there's gonna be some major changes around here. The legal system's gonna return to its rightful state, like how Dirk always wanted. In the name of Apollo Justice will go on in Karine's history. Yeah, right. Oh, Nayuta, before I forget, there's something I wanted to give you before I headed back home. You wish to give me something. Yes, and as Dirk's birth son, I think you should have this.
Take that!
This is Dirk's. I have to get back to the States, and I know you're a prosecutor and all, but as the man that's going to change Karine, it's only right that you have it. Change Karine? Yeah, in Dirk's place. Apollo, I'm afraid I must refuse your gift. What? Why? There's something I would like to show you. Huh? What's this all of a sudden? Mr. Wright, won't you and your friends please join us? Oh, sure. So why did you bring us here, Nayuta? Apollo, I want you to stay here in Karine. What? But why? We have lost our queen and our kingdom stands at our crossroads. Most of all, we will need to rebuild our entire legal system. Naturally, that includes the reintroduction of lawyers to the court. Wait, you're not asking me to... Yes, I want you to take over this law office. With you as a lawyer and me as a prosecutor, we shall rebuild Karine's legal system from the ground up. You want me to help you rebuild the legal system? That's a lot to take in. Apollo, I cannot do this without you. As a lawyer, you are Dirk's spiritual heir. And having studied in America, your legal knowledge will be indispensable. This is way out of my league. The revolution is still in its infancy. But it was Dirk's dream to restore the legal system to its rightful state. Will you not help me realize that dream? Come on, AJ. You know it's what Dirk would have wanted. Let's do it together. You must be taken aback by my sudden request, but please give it some thought. Of course. I'm honored that you asked. Still, I have my job back at the Wright Anything Agency to consider, too. Don't you worry about that, Apollo. Besides, this is something only you can do. Something only I can do. I mean, to be completely honest, our office would be a bit short on firepower without you around, but hey. Mr. Wright. Actually, I'm sorry, but I can't go back on board with this. Athena? I mean, there's still so much I want to learn from you, Apollo. That's right, it won't be the same without you. And everyone back home would really miss you too. There's no way I can agree to this. Still, if you really wanted to stay... Yeah, Athena's right. It won't be easy, but... Athena, Trucy... Apollo, no one but you can make this decision. Know that I will not question whether choice you make. Our flight leaves tomorrow morning, Apollo. Think you can make up your mind by then? I'll try. Talk about a difficult decision. Should I go back to the US and continue working at the Wright Anything agency? Or should I stay in Karine and help Naruto rebuild the legal system? What's the right thing for me to do? The bus to the airport will be here any minute. I wonder where Apollo is. Do you think he decided to stay here in Karine? I bet he was up all night thinking. This is a life-changing decision after all. But whatever he decides, I'll have to accept it. I guess this means no more courtroom battles alongside him. Hey guys! I don't know that I know that booming voice anywhere. Apollo! I made it. Apollo, you're here. Does this mean you're coming home with us? Well, about that. Mr. Wright. Yes? I've made up my mind. Here it is, the moment of truth. I still have so many things to learn from you. But I've decided to stay in Karine. You're staying? But I feel like I have to pick up where Dirk left off. I can't let his sacrifice go to waste. I see. Plus, I want to teach others everything you've taught me about being a lawyer, Mr. Wright. Apollo, Dirk's roadmap for the future, and your teachings. I believe that these two things will save the people of this kingdom from further unrest. I want to do this. No, I have to do this. Apollo, I've never felt prouder. Proud to have such an amazing attorney working under me. But someday, I'll return to the US. Once the new legal system here is firmly in place, I'll be back. Scout's honor. Will we really see you again, Apollo? You bet. Not that I have any idea how long it'll be, but I promise you this. Promise you this, everyone. I'll keep on learning and growing, and I'll come back to the US an even better lawyer. So don't you forget about me. Of course we won't, Apollo. There will always be a spot waiting for you back at the office. In the meantime, we'll be rooting for you. So knock 'em dead. You got it, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna miss you, Polly. But if this is it, then I'm going to support your choice all the way. Thanks, Trucy. Good luck with your magic act. I know you'll do Trip Grimari proud. I'll be cheering for you, Apollo. But don't think you're the only one with room to grow. The next time we meet, you probably won't even recognize me. In other words, game on? You bet! I'm gonna win! I'm going to miss you too, Apollo, but I can't wait to see where your new adventure will take you. Well, there's our bus. I guess this is it, Apollo. I'll never forget everything you've done for me, Mr. Wright. I don't know how I'll ever repay you. Here's to seeing you back in the US again someday. Until then, you know where to find me. The legacy of those who came before us. Is handed down from parent to child. And from mentor to disciple, we must never stall or stagnate, but continue to grow and change. All that we've been taught, the beliefs and convictions that have been passed down to us, we must continue to nurture them so we in turn can pass them on to the next generation.
Are you really sure you're okay with him staying, boss?
Uh-huh. I always figured he'd leave the nest someday.
Oh, I think they're almost here.
Just a little. Got it. Huh?
Why don't we go and check it out, AJ?
Go on, Mr. Hat, introduce yourself. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. Nice to meet you. Want to take this opportunity to announce my solo debut. Since Mr. Hat doesn't want Apollo to leave him dust. We're fierce rivals, you know. I can't let him hog the spotlight. It's just not the same without Polly, is it? I kind of miss him too. I know. Well, we should go visit him crying. Here comes like me just speed running like all the freaking voice lines. After seeing Mr. Justice in action, I got to thinking, what can I do for Crying? And then it came to me, tourism, that's what! I'll develop Crying tourism industry and bring more visitors. Around a night towards center of the Founder's Orb. And make a museum dedicated to divine dragons. Where the idea is to keep on coming. Aw, heck yeah. I want to congratulate you on becoming a forensic investigator, Detective Sky. Thank you, but Prosecutor Sadamati says he has needs for me. Starting tomorrow, so I'll be working crime for a while. Look at it this way, it's sure to be an educational experience. True, plus I can't let that kid show me up like that. I'll see what I can do for Crime's Revolution. I'll challenge the ways of helping people grow. I look forward to your next investigation upon arrival. I just speedrun this because it's so fast. Darn that forehead face! Ever since you revealed the secrets behind her teleportation trick, show requests have totally dried up. We'll be out of the street if we don't find some work soon. Maybe we should take Trissy up on her offer. Say we can make her debut as a magician to write anything agency. Shut up, I'm gonna show her up someday, and in my own terms. Nothing fires you up like bitter rivalry. Oh my god, those two, I love them. Ryan is just like this child right now, full of life and limitless possibilities. Have faith that Dirk and my darling Charas is watching over both. Have no fear. We'll see Dirk's legacy through the end. And just for Junior here, here's the secret romance among them. Behold, that's Pose! It sounds like little Fate. Fate! Oh my god! Come on, little guy, don't be shy. Aww. Little baby. I've been pulling a double duty ever since Apollo left, but that's okay. I'm going to make Simon recognize me for the awesome lawyer that I am. She's quick in her boots. Widget, I can do it, and I will. Mr. Wright will be calling me his right-hand woman before you know it. Let's do this. Let's freaking go, Athena. You got this. Bucky, how dare you deliver my order in such a sorry state? Don't be mad, Simey. There was a huge party at my shop yesterday. It should still taste fine. Here, try some. You great big pilllock! Just lost my appetite because of you. It's hard to find good help these days. Wouldn't you say so, old chum? That trial the other day really inspired me. Ever created a Rakugo routine based on Shisho's case. It's a mystery story that'll keep flipping the audiences think of it on its head. It's called The Scary Uno Noodle. You're giving way too much in the title. Keeping the Tornado School going is our way of paying paintings and repaying the debt of Shisho. And that includes Rakugo training that kid, Owen. Aww. Oh! With my newfound ability, even ancient ruins and their fancy schmancy Tomb Raider traps are no match for me. Fire! The university where my father worked is letting me help with a dig. One day I'll discover an unknown ancient civilization dedicated to him. I'll also be going on a dig and crying soon. That private justice better not be slacking off. Just hit my head. Ow. I'm going to be super busy now that I'm the head of the Fae clan. Don't worry, Mystic Maya. I'll do whatever I can to help. Thanks, Pearly. Our first order of business will be revolutionize Crane Village. I have an idea. Have opening a store where we can buy new outfits like the city girls wear. Our look is all grown up now. I think there are a few more pressing matters to take care of first. Yeah, you're right. I guess it'll be a while before I get my revolutionary makeover. You'll get it someday, Pearls. Don't worry. We're going to the frickin' mall. Mother! Now that you have stopped being Nina, I want a new Nina. I wonder if there would be anyone willing to serve you in that capacity. You're quite a handful after all. I am. With a simple wave of your hand, you would have your attire changed, meals prepared, and even your teeth brushed. To think I put such undue burden upon you, you grand priest of crime. You're not Raifa. You have plenty of time in which to make amends. Perhaps you could start with one of your famous shoulder rubs. Aww. Her benevolence has taken to call me Braided Head. Even worse, she trembles in fear as her face turns when she speaks to me. What have I done to deserve such animosity? Well, it's true that I am merciless with the Hall of Justice. To be given such a dismissive name is entirely uncalled for. What am I to do? Perhaps I shall consult Apollo about this. She does not mean it in bad faith, Nayuta. How is he doing, Mr. Wright? Great, he's a respectable lawyer in his own right. He even has his own practice called Justice Law Offices. Thank you, this wouldn't have been possible without you. But before I forget, I made a copy of this photo for you. A photo? Jove. Is it so good to see him again? Don't you think it's about time we told them the truth? After all, they've been both grown up to fine young people now. Yes, you're right. Perhaps it's about time they knew. Oh my god! What the? Oh my. The next game, or whatever, I swear to God, they need to clear that up. Oh my God. Freaking Tesla's freaking back. Oh my God, in the music. Extended version. Heck yeah. Oh my God, this is just a freaking whirlpool of emotions here. With this game. Oh my God. By technically speaking, we are done. But we still have the freaking DLC. Which I'm not going to be able to do today. That'll probably be a tomorrow thing. Actually, wait, hold on. How I need to see how many freaking... how long that will take. Oh God. Oh my God, the last 3 days. Actually, we'll save the DLC for next week. Because, oh my God. That whole thing. This is so, oh my God. This whole, like, Spirit of Justice is really, like, I do love it. There's some things that's, like, it makes me confused, but... Dear Mr. Wright, I can't believe it's already been a few months since I decided to stay. I'm sorry I haven't been good about keeping in touch, but things have been really hectic. Rebuilding a legal system I'm not yet familiar with has been a real challenge. But I will say, it's given me plenty of work to keep me busy. Have you not given the autopsy report even a cursory glance, Mr. Justice? It's just I have 15 clients on my plate right now. Though I probably shouldn't have accepted all 15 at the same time. Oh please, are you going to help me rebuild Krine's legal system or not? If you are, we need to move through this case backlog faster. Yeah, I know, but... Besides... Those 15 are only the beginning. There are 10 more awaiting your services. Huh? I too have friends and acquaintances seeking legal representation. And being that you are the only lawyer in the country, I told them to contact you. I estimate you only added about 16 clients to your case hold. Huh? Huh? Now wait just 1 minute. I have been handing out advertisements for your new office. They read, from legal advice to investigating extramarital affairs, even yak milking. For a limited time only, these services and more are free down at Justice Law Offices. I have already received requests from 380 new clients. I'm going to have to say something, aren't I? I trust you did your Cords of Steel exercise this morning. Well, go on. There's no need to hold back. Now that you mention it, we have yet to hear you shout today. Yes, and I have grown quite drowsy from these tedious proceedings. I could use a loud something to wake me up. Do not disappoint me, Hornhead. There's really only one thing to say at a time like this. It's a word I've said countless times in my career, but one I'll never tire of. Let's freaking go!
Objection!
And this marks the end for Spirit of Justice, but not just yet. We have the special episode that we need to do, but that will be for next week. I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is for you. And I shall see you all the next time I stream this.